What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Ahem. Hello, chat. How we doing? Ahem. Edge me till I goon, so they can see how bad we mog. Let me see what mewing's like in Ohio, where it's full of sigmas. Wow, that was horrible. That was actually really bad. That was really bad. And I should be exploded for that. Let me oh, my camera needs to be. There we go. Sorry, Discord. Discord. Oh my god. You can't do that to me. You can't say, let me say this thing, and then say, oh wait, you're streaming. Let me wait. I'm sure I can handle it, person. Let me mute Discord though. Oh, so you don't hear it, chat. Oh. Oh boy. Take away his singing privileges, but there's like a rest of a song here. I gotta sing it. Hold on. All right. I wish you would grab my yacht. I wish you would come and risk me, take me to baby Gronk. You were in my dream and set a rabid dog on me. I only survived because I hid in a J.C. Penney. Not cool dream, Diesel. How is that my fault? All right. Hold on. There was another one. There's like Take Me to Church, but it's like Take Me to Church, but not. It's called Edge Till It Hurts. I'll sing it for the chat right now. All right. No, I can't do it. I can't. We need Xylee to come in and yell at Diesel. Well, the broadcast is live, so guess what? Xylee's not coming to help you people. Hold on, I need to like listen to the song for a second.
She would raise you if you knew.
My Sigma is a gooder. She would riz you if you knew her. Gang can't know that I fuck with her. Cause they'd say that I'm a beta. If she ever does mog me, I would tell her the world she queefs. So she better not mog me. I've been trying to keep my muse streak. What up, guys? It's been a minute since I streamed, like 4 days, which is like forever. So we ruining running from the daylight now. So I took a little break after putting out the video, and I made all the D&D streams public. Yeah, I have been hiding that singing voice, singing like we're 5'4". But yeah, there was a lot of clips that I used in that Thorp video, and with that comes with a lot of extra clips that didn't make the cut. So we're gonna look at all the clips and kind of go over it. If you haven't watched the Thorp's video, it is essentially about an alleged incestuous family, primarily amongst the eldest daughter and the father. And there's like a whole like angle of like, what is it, a joke? Is it not? Is it all a bit? Is there domestic going on? What's going on? Like, how far is too far for the content? Right? Get ready for Grace to come in and chat and ask to talk to you. I will talk to Grace. I will self-admittedly say that I am a little tired, so if Grace is gonna come and like hop in and like stealth debate me about something, I don't really know
Daddy
like
05,
what the
but now it's
conversation is gonna
sexual and
be.
I hate it.
Because I'm mad. Did Grace
This
stream
is a
your vid? I don't
certified
know.
Hood classic.
Never sing on stream again.
Yeah, I won't. I'll stop singing on stream. But yeah, I honestly, I don't know what Grace and I would discuss. I'd be open to talk to her. Grace actually seems like a really nice person. White girl can break it down, like actually break it down. Like she's actually a good dancer, by the way. I showed some of the clips of that. Well, I couldn't play it with the music, but yeah, she can break it down. Grace seems chill. Her dad, not so much. I think her dad might play up a lot of it, and I know that there's definitely an angle of like, there's like some kayfabe with it, right? Is Grace invited to the cookout? I don't think the cookout would let her come. I don't think the cookout would let her come. Your doc was good, but Courtney didn't dance all the time on stream. Did I say that? Hold on, I'll read what I wrote. Or, well, I didn't write it. Matt wrote the script. I might have said it incorrectly. Grace is not chill. She's pretty nutty. I mean, yes, but like, there's like a angle with Grace that makes her hard to hate, right? Let's see. 50-year-old. This terminally online 50-year-old would hop onto a Discord VC with his ex-wife and daughter to encourage Courtney to dance in front of him while in a tank top. There's so many clips. Things got insanely weird as Ben arguably went beyond the line of morality as he cheered on his daughter to show off her chest for the stream and danced for viewers. I'm certain we're going to have quite a few Thorp experts. Okay, it's 23 pages. I'm not going to go through it all now, and I'm, like, super fucking tired because I'm, like, running on 4 hours of sleep right now. But yeah, Courtney, out of all the Thorp characters, is just kind of like this depressing woman. Right? She's definitely like the least culpable, in my opinion, of
This
the
is a
active
certified
participants.
hood classic.
Boss, you have a real hidden talent. Let's keep it hidden. Pepe PLS, Pepe PLS.
Pepe, please. Diesel water maxing, yeah, 64 ounces, baby. Look at this cute little jacket it has, right? But yeah, and obviously there's like other people in the family who aren't on stream, and those are. Courtney was just a woman who loved the crazy person. She was just doing anything he told her to keep him happy and slow down to abuse from him. Yeah. Yeah, I do think that Courtney has a little bit of a insanity inside her, but I think that's a pretty apt description of her. Yeah, I know. I got a little chug jug. You stay in Rhode Island long enough, you become like Peter Griffin. Let's see. There's so many clips. So what exactly would you like to examine, chat? Right? I know the Discord server was talking about Whoremaxer. So we can start with Whoremaxer, but that's kind of like opening up with... How do I put this? This is like opening up with like the nuclear bomb. If you open up with the Whoremaxer. Have you ever heard of Naptown? Yeah, Naptown is also one of the channels featured in the description of where they have tons of clips come from. Let's see. Which one's this?
Across the street.
Oh, is this the bowling kiss? Oh, yeah. All right, we'll start with this. This is a good one to start with. Here we go. Yeah, there's some colorful characters in this that I am going to professionally refrain from saying anything about. Moist teeth. Where can we send clips? If you're not a member of the server, I'll drop a link. There's a lot of discussions of different like dramas and shit. Boom. And I have like a whole list of clips in the script, obviously, but we'll see. We'll just start, right? So here's the bowling clip, right?
Shoe time. She didn't. Get it together, bitch. Where's Maggie?
She's crying? She sits down to put on her bowling shoes and just starts crying?
My mom said she couldn't come.
No!
Okay, everybody in chat.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh at that. All right, okay. This is part of the problem with the Thorps, right? Is like, my mom said she couldn't come and then starts crying. is strange, right? Because this is like a grown woman now, right? Like she's an adult. And she's going like bowling and has like a kitty cake with her dad. Her dad made her go to the bowling alley to have her birthday party alone.
Happy birthday to
Oh
you.
my god.
Happy birthday.
Darius sent the birthday cake via DoorDash. Are you everything's connected. Darius is another one. Darius is one that's like crazy, but it's kind of hard to hate Darius. Like there is actually something lovable about Darius, and what's interesting about Darius is that part of what he does is definitely kayfabe as well, right? Like he's clearly like playing up a bit. Because I was part of the Now Recording interview that talked to talk to the therapist, Jesus, that talked to Darius, and he was very put together even before we started recording. Like he was normal, so he definitely plays it up and he acts weird on purpose for the camera, I think.
To you. Happy birthday, dear rape victim. Happy birthday to you. Can I get a kiss?
Grace, what are you doing? Ah. Oh god, that's rough.
That's not strip to me.
That's a concerningly empty bowling alley. How many? Every bowling alley looks as empty as that. Let's see. Like every bowling alley is completely empty. Let's see. All right. Here, I don't want to get into the crazy clips right now, right? So we're gonna start with the Destiny debate one as well. That one's also pretty interesting because Ben is trying his best to like put a creator foot forward, right? He's trying to garner an audience, and it's very obvious and just very sad.
Or no, I'm saying when she got pregnant, that was before you guys were married, right?
Yeah, I'm saying that pregnancy was Grace.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
So I'm glad we didn't, even though it's a Catholic school, basically they want you to have an abortion, I think, in a situation like that, because it's embarrassing for the school. And everyone does. Like, everyone's having premarital sex and there's no children. So, yeah.
I ended up trolling that very school into supposedly calling the FBI on me years later, so.
Yeah, we have a whole other thing that we're going to be.
Okay, so obviously, like, that comment wasn't what the video was about. But that was like one of those moments where Grace like said something and I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, I think I cut that from the edit, but it was just like, what does the school have to do with the FBI? And like, why did you like, so did you go to the school and then you get removed from it as like a child? Like, what does that even mean? What is the details behind that story?
Did you say, real quick, so when you guys were at the school, I didn't catch this before, you were both teachers?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it was also a thing, she didn't really like working, so like, since we're trad people, she gets to be the homemaker, and, it was a pretty easy life for her. I was working as a teacher and building like a real estate empire at the same time, and I think she liked that.
Could you imagine sitting down in Catholic like school and then your theology teacher is fucking Ben Thorp? Especially with that look, like he's got He's got a like Ben goes from like really well put together in a lot of the clips to like absolutely like a grease human, right? Where he's just completely like he's dressed so strangely for his age and he's just like so poorly put together. Like this is one of those moments where he's like somewhere in between, like these suspenders. He reminds me of my stepdad's friends. I mean, you know, the guy's like 40 to 50, right? But he's just like in this weird like state of where he goes from like looking nice and well put together to looking like the kind of guy you would never want to speak to.
You know, but she didn't do much of anything except take care of the kids.
Gotcha.
Destiny, why don't you ask the questions you really want to ask?
Okay, and another moment here, right? So, in my opinion, so I think Destiny is a very animated debater most of the time, but I don't know what's going through his head right here because he's like having that like autism 10,000 yard stare for this entire conversation up until when Ben gets like really like in his face about it near the end. But and this is what I mean, like in the script, right? We talk about how the family was always like kind of hinting at the incest thing and using it as like a marketing ploy to build their creator empire, right? So when Grace is saying that, right, like obviously she's burying the lead there, but she wants Destiny to ask about like the, hey Ben, did you fuck your daughter, right? Like that's like the $1 million question, right? Did Ben fuck his daughter, right? And you know, it's been asked to me a couple times. They're like, Diesel, honestly, you know, like gun to your head, like, do you actually think like they had sex, right? Or do you actually think that there was like a weird incest relationship going on? And you know, like in the script, there's no evidence to point to the fact that they, you know, there's plenty of evidence to the contrary, right? But then there's also plenty of evidence that it did happen. If I were hedging a bet, I would say that it is a smokescreen for the reality of the situation, right? Which Ben is probably more, no evidence, but it's funny to say yes. So what I think it's more about is like the family having a lot of, you know, domestic going on and things being kind of like all over the place and really chaotic because the mother and father are arguing and they have kids that are old enough to have opinions. So now the kids are getting involved in the arguments and some of them want to get out of the house and some of them really care about their parents, whichever one they pick a side on. So there's all that stuff going on. And then the incest stuff gets thrown in there and we don't look at any of the domestic, like, and when I say domestic, I'm like using it as like a shorthand for like domestic abuse, arguments, fights, etc., etc. Alleged, of course, but I think the incest is a little bit of like a smoke screen for actually talking about that. Like, okay, this dysfunctional family is airing out all their personal grievances with each other with the internet and using the internet as a sounding board rather than doing something like normal, like go to therapy or get help, right? So every time the incest thing comes up, I feel like it's kind of pushing away from the actual discussion about like, you know, how dysfunctional this family is and how unhealthy things might be. But again, you know, there's no way to like confirm whether or not they fucked, right? Because neither party is going to admit it, right? Even if it's legal, right?
Come on, let's go there.
You wouldn't believe the questions people have asked me.
Well, what questions do you think I? What questions do you think I?
Vanilla.
Well, what questions do you think I?
Yeah,
really want?
Ben uses double meanings a lot. Yeah, so Ben will say stuff like, what's the quote? I'm a lover of children. I'm a pedophile in the Greek sense, right? He's like saying, I'm not a pedophile. I love children, but like in a way that it's like he's trying to like beat around the bush of whether or not he is or isn't, and to not actually say anything genuinely, right? To obfuscate the reality of the discussion.
ask.
I have
I
no
don't know.
idea.
You tell me.
Well, you sound like these aren't the ones I want to, so I'm curious. What are the questions that you think I
No, we
most interested in
came
asking?
up through you. We came up through the hard streets of YouTube, getting hammered, hammered. Because if you have a father and his daughter, even just when we started off, I was doing in the debate sphere, you know, like the Crucible and stuff like that. People are really not used to seeing a father who has a nice relationship with his daughter, and so immediately
I feel okay. By the way, Ben, with that mention right there, I feel like the trope of a like the daddy's girl thing. Why are they trying to goat Destiny to ask you about it? That's so weird. Because that's like the exciting thing, right? Where people are like, oh my god, salacious, they fuck each other and their family, right? But the reality is that there's so much more than that, right? Which is probably why Destiny's not asking that. But Jesus Christ, the guy couldn't look more deadpan, I will say. I completely forgot my original train of thought. Hold on. Oh yeah, about the like the relationship thing. I feel like fathers and sons have more antagonistic relationships than fathers and daughters. I feel like it's more natural to see like the daddy's girl archetype in reality than it is to see like, you know, the father and his son thing. But maybe that's just me. I think if you're implicating that something's weird going on the basis of them being like family together and loving each other, which this is probably not the case, then that has to do with more of the people that they're talking about. But obviously, you know, the kind of people they were debating about were how's your relationship with your dad, Diesel? Do you love your dad? That might be the most loaded question of the century. And well, there's Grace. It's Grace. Yep. Hi, Grace. Yeah, I mean, they said you would pop by, and I am not surprised you did. I see my fans have gotten here before me. You know, it's a small audience, but they're very, very, very dedicated. He does look a little interview time. What the fuck would I talk about with Grace? Right? Because the questions you guys want asked, you had a few things wrong in your little video there. Well, looks like this stream just got a lot more interesting. Take the call. Don't take the call. Grace's content. All right. You know what? This is a democracy. All right. And if there's one thing I like to do, it's make a poll. Don't do it, Diesel. It's a trap. Hold on. Hold on. Don't take the call until she and her father. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Don't make me use my 50 alts. Here. I would love to know what we got wrong with the video. I usually don't go on a sub 100, but if you ask nicely, get the fuck out of here. Grace, let's not be outrageous here, all right? Let's not be outrageous here. The prime era of your family has probably passed. It's climbing. That was just the first phase. So you're implying that things are changing. Thorp stocks are nothing but up. But currently you're not able to speak with your father, right? As of the current rulings from the court, last I checked, which is a little bit ago. But to be honest, everybody's moved on to Nick Rikita, right? That's right, due to the cucked justice system. Okay, all right. Let me explain something to my regulars in the chat. Let me explain something to the regulars in my chat, right? You can say to Grace as much as you want, oh, you shouldn't talk to your dad. You need to separate yourself from him, right? But Grace isn't going to listen to any of those things, guys. All right? The fact that plenty of other people in like Destiny's Sphere, like Lav, or any of these other young ladies who spoke to Grace were like, you need to separate yourself, right? Grace isn't going to listen to that. She's just not. Yes, Grace doesn't care. I know that, but I can save her. She's hot, man. Let me go. Kim, that's not any better. Yeah, holy reach, Batman. I'm catching up. All right, so let me explain something, right? It was a team effort, the Thorp script, right? So it was Matt and myself. I had say on the final edit, of course. Matt did a lot of the writing leading up to it. But like obviously I got caught up with the community memes, like the your god is the national grid shit and all of that. It's fine that you got things wrong. It was a pretty fair video. I mean, I felt that was pretty even keeled, right? I think there's a lot of stuff about the Thorps that's not that is dictated by like the hate watchers, right? You know what, Matt, here. Hi, Matt.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
What's up?
What's up?
Chilling.
We got things wrong, Matt.
Well, I mean, like, yeah.
I mean,
like,
yeah,
you can get stuff
possibly, but
wrong.
it's like, Jesus Christ, like, you need to fucking say it, but Grace is like, no.
Well, it's like, what was it? It's like, there's like a bunch of videos I was watching, and like, obviously, like, you can get some stuff wrong. Like, it's not, but I'd like to know what exactly was wrong.
You missed the fact that my mother is now a private lolcow to a select group of Discord trolls. One of which is your little friend Shamu.
Wait, no, we talked about how she was like a lolcow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily private. Like, anybody can come into the Discord server and just be involved. staring at the family. Like, I don't. Plus, don't you hate your mother? Why are you defending her? What is this?
Yeah, I had to watch like probably like 10 hours worth of Thorp content to really understand the story, the whole thing. So obviously there's going to be things where like maybe something gets mixed up, or I conflate two things or something like that. Yeah, that's a possibility. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say the script is perfect, but I did pretty good reading.
Grace, tell Matt exactly what was wrong. Thank you for the $2. I mean, I'd imagine stuff was wrong. Listen, the problem is that A-loggers like Shamu were used as a source, and let's be real, that was always going to be a problem, because, like, he'll present the situation in a way that doesn't make them look great. Not like they do themselves any favors.
He does. Yeah, sure, he does that. But at the same time, he does show like hours upon hours of clips that are like not that he doesn't provide like insidious context to, or doesn't like try to like transform the context. He shows like full blown hours to really where you can come to your own conclusion. So like, yeah, does he hate you guys? Sure, but at the same time, like he does show like a bunch of clips where that the context is still there, like, so you can understand it. Like his videos are like 4 hours long.
Yeah, and then even still, that's like the truncated version of like a Thorp stream where they're just sitting there and staring at each other. Like,
yeah.
My favorite part was when she said it's Thorp in time and Thorp all over the place. Like, I'm willing to admit something's wrong. I don't think Matt and I like care. Like we'll correct it. Like, we're not like children. Let me cope.
I mean, it's just. I mean, it's kind of. I think this is just Grace, like.
This is just great. This is just Grace, like baiting, like she's baiting for attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did join fast for a sub 100 stream. Yeah, I know. She did. She follows me on Twitter. She knew I was going to be making a video in the future. I had said it back when I made the Darius video that there would be a Thorp family video.
Also, you guys like dated for a little while, right?
Fuck off. Bro, I can't believe Keemstar.
According to Drama Alert. According to
fucking Keemstar.
The leading internet news in the commentary community said you were dating Grace Thorp.
Baiting for attention. My name is the title of your stream. No, your family name is the title of the stream, not you in particular, but you are the thumbnail.
The shitty thing is, like, I wrote the script like what, in March, right? So
yeah,
like, it's like I don't even remember half the stuff in it.
I checked to see what was like up to date from the last thing Shamu had put out on his Twitter.
Yeah.
All right, I guess Grace has changed her mind. Matt, are you in my community server?
I think so. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I don't know how Keem got that wrong. You know, the reason Keem got it wrong is because both Darius and I are two brown men in their 20s. Okay? And he mixed us up. I know, how benevolent. I can't believe Diesel's also dating Ben Thorp. No fucking way. All right, Grace. I'm gonna hop into the live chat. If you jump in waiting, I'll pull you. Same for you, Matt.
All right.
That's my there we go. Let me apply the Diesel's just dating the whole family on a list of things that I would never want. That is like near the peak. I knew I shouldn't have done this stream on 4 hours of sleep. I'm so tired.
Yeah, and then you fucking pull me into this. Appreciate it.
I listen, Matt. You were looking for some excitement, huh?
I've been sick for like a week, bro. Like, I'm watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I know. Crazy how you said Rings of Power wasn't bad, honestly.
It's not. It's not. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I got over the whole like the elves don't look cool, and then like the other stuff aside from that is actually pretty.
Yeah, how do you feel that there's black elves now, or whatever the fuck it was when it came out? Like everybody was mad about that or whatever.
I don't like black people should be able to play Lord of the Rings. I don't care.
Wow.
I like the Black Dwarf. Like I think she was good. Everyone was
need
saying
a-
like she was gonna be like the leader or something, and she's just the wife. She is.
I need to watch it, but I'm just lazy. I'm watching Vikings right now, which isn't
Vikings.
bad.
I haven't seen the Vikings, but you should check out the Last Kingdom if you ever get a chance. It's like Vikings, but I really loved it. We're fucking dorks, bro. Bro, Grace is probably watching like, what the fuck are they talking about?
You know, so it's crazy. It's almost like we can turn off the drama thing and like discuss other things. Grace is booting up her laptop. Yeah, make sure you have that script handy.
Based.
Turn off drama, now you're going off the deep end. You know, the thing is, if I stay plugged in all the time, I like become a doomer. You know, it was like 5 months of that Yandere dev stuff, and I just hated like the world after I was done. I was just like, I don't like people anymore. Need some coffee for this? I do. I do. Let me... There, I made you an admin, Matt. If I walk away for like 5 seconds and Grace shows up in the meantime, you can pull her.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Xylee in here because I know she's been wanting to talk to Grace.
Yeah, no, Xylee should get in here. These are like, I know Xylie's going to react to it because she said she would react to the video. See, now Grace is gonna be like, give me the link. It's my community server, Xylee.
She says she's not in there.
Oh, there's a link. I'm gonna
I
walk
think I
away
can
for
actually.
5 fucking seconds. Nothing happened while I'm gone.
Is
Matt, you're in charge.
this Kim person her? No, that's one of your people, right? Okay, well I think he just left. All right, cool. Xylee. Who's Musk? Okay. Xylee. Wait, he gave. There she. Wait, he gave me admin. I can't. There we go. Hi, Xylee.
Hello, I am here.
Yo, what's up? I'm still like a little sick, and Diesel kind of like pulled me back into this, so I'm just like, I wrote this script in like March. I don't really. I remember.
Yes, I remember the deal of you writing that script, and I remember when Ben got arrested, and you're like, "Oh my god, now I gotta go back to the script."
Yeah. I was writing the script before Ben got arrested, and I was like, no, fuck.
Yep.
This family hasn't done anything crazy for the last like 3 months, and all of a sudden it's like,
Yep.
boom.
Remember when you and I used to do the research streams on my channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good times. That was good times. So now I'm in the Discord where the cool cats are now. Ooh.
You never were in this Discord?
No, I was never invited in this Discord. I was I was ousted by the community, and Diesel never wanted me in here. He was like, "Xylee, you don't want to be there."
What
Oh
are
wait,
you
he's
fucking
back.
talking about right now?
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Oh man.
Wait, your name Diesel.
What?
Why is
Yeah.
it every Discord I go into, you have a weird name?
Oh, I'm CEO Pookie Bear. Yeah.
Bless you. Bless you.
You're excused. I mean, I didn't sneeze, but you know.
Bless you. God bless you. So is Grace calling in? What's going on?
Apparently she's rebooting her Discord or something.
Apparently she's got the dial-up internet.
Oh, because I got it. Well, she's actually out in the woods now, so I have her on Discord in DMs.
Well, yeah. Apparently she's trying to join the Discord, but it keeps updating. She could also just be fucking with us.
I know.
So,
part of me was thinking this girl's fucking with us.
Yeah. I like Grace. I remember when I covered her the one time and I needed a picture of her, and I messaged her and I'm like, "Hey, listen, I'm about to cover you. So do you have a picture I can use?" And she sent me that really pretty picture of her sitting on the train. And I was like, "Okay, beautiful. Thank you." Because I couldn't get a good picture from her streams.
I even said that before Grace had joined. I'm like, I don't necessarily dislike Grace. I kind of think she's like engaging and funny.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's her dad that's like mad fucking weird.
He's still banned from my channel. He's still banned from my channel.
You know, I can't. The crazy thing, right? When I was watching like a bunch of clips and stuff, and like the old clips from when Ben first started, he almost seemed like this wholesome, like sitcom father. Like if you were just to judge him by those clips alone, like before all this shit began, you would think like, oh wow, this guy seems like a really genuine, cool dad. He seems like one of those cool dads. Is like, who's up for Monopoly? Let's go! It's Wednesday night, boys. Sit down. We're gonna play some Monopoly. Listen to your mother. You know, that type of father. I don't know. And then you start seeing like all his interaction with the family, and you're like, oh wow, okay, this is really.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is going to be amazing.
I'm glad Grace can join us on Pride Month.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's nice to see that the incest community is finally getting represented.
Oh my god! Listen, technically in Rhode Island it is not illegal, okay? It is Rhode Island and New Jersey, it is not illegal.
Oh shit.
In Rhode Island specifically, they have to be 16 years old or older. All right? And don't act, well, listen, me and Matt found that information out together because I was doing a research stream. And it was when oh god, what's his name? Darius. Is when Darius was visiting with the mother. And then the brother started talking about like the text messages or something between Grace and her dad. And Grace was sitting there going, "We didn't do anything illegal. We didn't do anything illegal." I'm like, what the hell is Grace saying? So I looked up if it was illegal in Rhode Island. Don't ask me why. I just had the gumption to do it. And boom, there it was. There it was. Was not illegal. I was like, what? I was like, you'd think it would be a southern state. So all these people talking about how us southern people do all that? No, it's two northern states, thank you very much, where it's not illegal.
Well, you know, they do say Rhode Island's the south of New England, you know?
Okay, true. True. They kind of are, to be honest.
They're like white trash and like They live in like cheap apartments, and Smaggle's there, I think.
Oh my God, that explains everything.
Yeah, Sam Hyde, I think. I don't know if he's from there or he like works around there, but he's there sometimes. Like, yeah.
I think we just got an explanation for Smaggle. Not gonna lie. I love Smaggle. I can't give him a hard time. I used to hate him, but I like him now. He's cool. I love this thumbnail, Diesel.
Oh, the one for the live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me pull Grace.
Grace is here.
Let's go.
I see.
I see your camera is not working, Grace.
I see a black screen.
I'll pull it.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, there. Oh, there. It's Grace. Hi, Grace.
Hi, besties. Hi, besties. What's up, boys? I hear you're
Yo.
obsessed with me.
Okay.
Okay, here we
I don't
go.
know about that.
Here we go. Okay, Grace. Okay, Grace.
Well, I get it. I'm a very attractive young lady. I don't blame them. Maybe me and FPS could start up our love affair again. You know, I hid that for Keemstar Pookie, but I didn't want to embarrass you, you know.
Diesel, is there something you
that
need to
was
be telling me? Wait, no, wait,
you know,
wait.
I
Excuse
wouldn't
me.
want to step on Darius's toes. I feel like he gets first dibs. I mean, you're such an eligible bachelor, Grace. Like, you know, what about me? Just a bachelorette. You know what I mean? All right. Like I said, 4 hours of sleep.
Are you nervous? Are you nervous? It's okay. You can be nervous.
Oh,
Grace,
this is
sweetheart,
great.
I can't
I
even
love
fucking see you right now. That's how bad your internet is. All right, you look like
Oh,
you're
I'm
calling
sorry,
in from
really?
the Roblox server.
Is it not coming in? I'm so sorry. I'm hold
listen,
on.
No, it's
looks-
actually really muddy. It's not
Yeah, but
pixelated.
It's
very
fine.
well.
We got a voice. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
As long as the voice is working.
It'll just be blurry. I'm so sorry. My Wi-Fi's
All right.
been all over the place. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, you're like in the middle of the woods. I mean, it's not going to be like perfect, is it?
I have a T-Mobile box and it says to have a good connection, but whatever. I don't know.
So what did we
Anyways,
get
you
wrong
can
with the
hear me.
video, Grace? What's up? What's your conniption with it?
Well, first of all, I do want to compliment you that it was a fairly fair video, and it was a lot more fair than a lot of other videos. I was expecting more like, she fucks her dad, you know, the typical 80 IQ take. It was nuanced, and you did seem to find us funny, and so I did appreciate that. But I would say that I get, as a YouTube documentarian, that you're trying to have a storyline, and you chose sort of the angle of like, my dad's the crazy one. And I get that. I get how you could see it that way because he's very effusive and, you know, he says a lot of, you could call shock jock things. People take them as shock jock things. But I think you missed the actual storyline of what happened here, which is that before, like, and I don't blame you for not knowing this, but before any of this was on YouTube, my parents' relationship was going down the tubes for like 4 years previous to this. My mom had sort of a breakdown for 4 years before this, so we were having 6-hour conversations with her every day. And then eventually, because we weren't getting anywhere, it ended up getting transferred onto YouTube. But the original idea was not to make family drama content. It just got so crazy privately.
Yeah.
Because my dad pointed out that their relationship was horrendous, and he called into question like whether they ever got married at all. And she didn't like hearing that, and sort of, you know, I think, I don't want to diagnose, but I think she's mentally ill, and I think she sort of broke down, froze, shut down after that. And it was 4 years of trying to get her back and saying like, okay, how can we work things out? And I was involved because, you know, I started hanging out with my dad, and I was like, okay, I realize why this family's so crazy now. Your relationship with my mother and her relationship with you is fundamentally flawed. Like, you two are not normally married. Like, there's something really off here. And then So when it transferred onto YouTube, you only saw the end part of that, which was, I mean, she was manipulative in saying like, I'm trying to agree with your father, Grace. I'm trying to agree with my husband, but she was out of the picture at that point. She had checked out mentally years before, which is why both I and my father were so frustrated. And then, without us knowing, she took off. As you said, she abandoned the family in March of 2023, I believe. And me and my dad had to hold down the fort with the kids. She just took off, pretended she was homeless. Then she came back, and she had already planned out to separate my dad from the kids without telling him. When she came back after abandoning them, she asked to be with the kids again, and me and my dad were like, okay, we'll get out of here since everything's gotten too crazy. We'll go back. You know, as you said, we had 2 different places. We'll go back. You have the kids. She had pre-planned before then to get a restraining order against my dad so that he couldn't contact her, which he was fine with, or his 4 minor kids, my minor siblings. And she got that restraining order based on a lie that he beat her up. Which if you want to see it, it's on my website, thorp.blog. I proved that it was a lie because she said on her affidavit that he beat her up the same day that my brother alleged that my father assaulted him, which was like January 2nd of 2023, I think.
Was this during
Anyways, it's all on there.
was this during the car episode where she gets on top of
Where
the
she
car?
jumped on the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
Okay.
claimed on her affidavit he beat her up that night. Which is just a complete lie, because I was there, I was having a conversation with her before we went upstairs to go talk to my brother. I'm just like, it was a complete lie. Both me and my father were shocked. My brother Tom texted me and said, "Hey, Mom got a restraining order against Dad, so we can't talk to him for a year." And now I get texts from my siblings constantly saying like, Mom's drinking, Mom's on Discord all the time, Mom doesn't talk to us, we miss Dad, we want to talk to him, we want to see you, she won't let me see them. I would just say this is a picture of a woman who's mentally ill, who's not dealing with it, who has just taken all of her mental illness and projected it onto her ex-husband or whatever you want, the father of her children, and said he's the problem. But when she's left with the kids, I end up getting texts from them about how they don't like the situation and they miss us and they feel freaked out that they can't see us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
so your
that's
issue
sort
is
of the bigger arc that you missed.
Would you say the issue would be the restraining, not going too detailed into the restraining order, and not really is that the big thing?
It's more of a nuanced point. It's like,
yeah.
What you're saying is like my father started this YouTube channel to make content off of my family, but what really happened is the YouTube was supposed to be separate from the family, but it leaked in. And what you guys saw was already, neither me or my dad realized it, but she had already checked out. She had already been having a breakdown since, like you said, 2017 or 18. She had checked out mentally since then, and once it got on YouTube, she only checked out more. And she found a group of people on Discord who me and my dad introduced her to, who were trolling us at the time, ironically. And they convinced her to do all this stuff to get the restraining order and stuff like that. Because she had said before, like, oh, I don't want to do that stuff. I don't want to get a divorce. I don't want to do that stuff. I don't want to bring the court into it. And now she's their private lol cow on like a secret Discord server. Like, I'm telling you, that's the truth. They tell me about it. She's their private lol cow. They've taken advantage of a mentally ill woman. Is it her fault too? Yes, but that's the trajectory. She was checked out. Once it got on YouTube, she found online friends because she hadn't really had friends in real life. Associated herself with them. They convinced her to do stuff. And then she just tanked our family into the ground.
Well, I have to kind of push back on that just a little bit. Not on like if she was dissenting, in her mental health. I'm sorry. I still believe that your dad literally built the channel based off of her, mental decline.
Or at the very least, the family friction between all of you.
It was put on display for everyone.
That's not true.
And that's how you. What do you mean, Grace? Have you watched back?
That's not true. Perhaps maybe because some of the old live streams are deleted, but or they're privated because I was worried about strikes or whatever. But the first like 10 or 20 streams that my dad ever did was they were with me, and we were talking about philosophy and religion.
Yeah,
we had a show called
I'm sorry to
So
interrupt,
it
but
wasn't. It had nothing to do with really with the family.
yeah, and
nah,
that's that's mentioned in the script that your dad at first wanted to become more of like a religious and philosophy channel, but
Yeah.
and then the
I'm
family
responding
stuff
to
kind of
Kylie.
yeah.
Xylee, yes.
Well, no, I was
Oh,
just
I'm
I was
sorry.
just making sure like yeah that stuff was in the script,
Yeah, but okay,
Yeah,
I
sure.
understand that. I understand it started one way, but it really got built off of the drama of your family, though. Like that's how y'all got known. That's how you ended up on Destiny.
The
Was
way
because of that.
That
All
is
that.
how we got
Yeah.
known. That is
Yeah.
how we got known.
So that
But
means that's how you got built up. Nobody gave a shit about the philosophy
No.
stuff. They gave a shit about the drama between y'all and like your whole family.
Well, if you want to know what happened, how it leaked out, me and my mother started doing a show on Fridays called Feminine Fridays, and our
Mm-hmm.
tensions sort of leaked out through that.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the drama really started. My
Mm-hmm.
dad did not suggest she go on YouTube because he didn't think she was really capable of handling it. He was even wary about me going on. But he was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, well, Grace is younger and she's more familiar with this type of stuff, but probably not Courtney. But she wanted to come on the show with me. She wanted to do a show with me. She was more interested in being on stream than off. His original idea was like, look, we have like a frayed relationship. That's a nice way of putting it. Why don't you take care of the kids and we'll just like we'll ease off on the whole thing. Like, this was private. This was before anything was on YouTube. And you take care of the kids and just we were renting a super nice house for my mother and my siblings at the time. So like you stay there, me and Grace will do YouTube because I am really interested in this and maybe we'll just put all the family drama on pause and just try to move on, try to start something new. And you can finally be kind of like a stay-at-home mom. You don't have to get a job, just take care of the kids, get them to school. And I think me and Grace can make it on YouTube. But she saw us and she eventually wanted to join. And my dad did not recommend it, but he thought that eventually, like, it might be kind of therapeutic for her to, because it had been so private in our family for her to kind of go online and see if she could perform like us. Like, looking back on it, she was envious. She was envious of my relationship with him. She was envious that we were getting attention online and she wanted to try it herself. She couldn't handle it and she ended up turning it into this thing of like, oh, I'm a victim of my husband and my daughter milking me for content on YouTube. But most of the crazy shit she did on YouTube was either her idea or it was from these Discord trolls. I'm telling you, they convinced her to saw up a futon in the really nice house, like the mansion we were renting. In the basement of that house, there was an old futon. Her Discord trolls convinced her to get drunk, start a stream, and saw that futon apart on stream. Typical cow behavior. And me and my dad both saw that as it was going on live. We didn't live with her at the time, and we both called in and we were like, Mom, stop. Don't do, like, you're making a fool out of yourself. Don't do this. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's not that big of a deal, but like, you're turning yourself into a lol cow. Don't do this. She was like, oh, fuck you. She did that stuff herself. I mean, when my brother had the broken knee thing, it wasn't a broken knee, it was some kind of problem with his leg, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. She stole his meds, like his pain medication, which he didn't know about, took it on stream, told her Discord trolls about it, and they were all laughing while she was fucking, like, I don't know if it's zannied out or whatever, but she was drugged out on stream, and I didn't know about it. My dad didn't know about it. My siblings didn't know about it. They were living with her at the time. They walked in on her the next day, like, keeled over at her computer in the basement. And they were like, what the fuck is going on? She started doing this crazy shit.
And your brother would
And she
back that
listened
one
to
up?
these people.
Like, your brother would
Oh,
say,
yeah.
like, yeah, she's on medication and all that?
Yes, he would.
Okay.
He would.
Now,
She would
there's
get
a...
drunk on the Feminine Friday streams with me. She'd get drunk, which I told her not to, but she'd drink like 1, 2, 3, 4 glasses of wine. Then I told her not to do this, but she'd drive back across the state to the mansion to get back to the kids. And I'd have to text Maggie, my 13-year-old sister, and say, like, did Mom get home okay? She's driving drunk. And Maggie would be like, yeah, she's okay, but she's a little, she's drunk.
Mhm.
That was like after the first 2 Feminine Fridays, like the first few times she was on the channel. I did
Yeah.
not tell her to drink. I even told her expressly, Mom, you're embarrassing me when you drink on stream that much. Please don't do that.
Okay.
So
Well, this is something that I wasn't really familiar with, but with Shamu's in the chat, he's saying that your father funneled 80K into your account to steal like everything from the other family, stuff like that. That's what caused a lot of the friction, and then that maybe that led to like a lot of the stuff that was happening on streams. Anything to say to that, or because like I didn't really know much about that.
I remember watching
No,
a
that's
video
not
where
what
the
happened.
grandfather was begging to help pay the bills over there. I remember that video.
Yeah. We've seen that video too.
Yeah.
That was after my mother had decided to move out of the mansion, and there were leftover unpaid bills. After she abandoned our family, she had been the one in charge of like paying the bills and making sure they got paid. Not in charge of making the money, but just in charge of paying the bills.
Mm-hmm.
So when she abandoned our family and pretended to be homeless for 3 months, the bills didn't get paid. Once she came back, she decided to move out. Then she decided to call up my dad's dad and get him to harass my dad after she had kicked him out and gotten a restraining order against my father so that he couldn't see his own children. She decided to call his dad and get him, manipulate him, lie to him to harass my dad to pay the bills for a place that she was moving out of anyways. The bills that she had abandoned our family and left untended to. We had no idea what they were. We didn't know the passwords. She was in charge of that stuff. Then she came back and decided to harass us. That is 100% what happened.
All right.
Bruh. I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that your mom's not fucked up, but I'm not gonna sit here and be okay with Ben, like making Ben look like an angel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not denying your mother's culpability in the dysfunction of your family, but it's you know, there are outrageous things your father has said of his own accord.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that are just
Yes, those are the
inexcusable.
shock jock things. Well, I mean, I don't think they're inexcusable. They're jokes. And if they're not jokes, then they're based. Like, tell me one thing he said that's criminal or that crazy.
A criminal?
The
No,
fondling
I wouldn't
thing?
say criminal.
The
Yeah.
fondling thing?
Yeah.
Really? You're
Yeah,
gonna
no,
fall
I
for
think
that
that's gross.
bait?
Okay, here's the thing. I
Okay,
understand
well, whatever. Nobody thinks my dad is weird with little kids. He worked in a what do you call it, like a YMCA after school
No, he's
thing with
pulling.
kids for
I think he's
years.
pulling a Mr. Girl.
He's
I
not-
honestly think he's pulling a Mr. Girl where he's trying to be shocking so people will fucking watch him. Because oh my god, what crazy thing is Ben gonna say now? I mean, he's basically bullshitting everybody to get the views. I mean, I get that.
Yeah, but he's
I
not
totally
saying it to
understand that.
be. He's not saying it to be edgy. His main point to the internet is that people are super freaked out about saying like, you know, it's okay to talk to minors, it's okay to be physical with kids and other people, and it's important to, you know, compliment little boys and girls on their looks and make them feel special and
Yeah,
initiate them
you're
into
wording it in a way that's
romance.
appropriate, but
Right.
that is not the
No,
way he
hold
worded that
on.
at all.
Wait. You
He
just
says it in a
said.
masculine way, and I say it in a feminine way.
Okay, but
so
I don't know
whatever.
if
I don't know.
pedophile in the Greek
That's-
sense is
no,
a masculine
okay.
way.
Listen. Everybody, hold on. You just said that he was doing shock jock shit. That's exactly what shock jocks do. They do that shit to
I'm
be
saying
edgy.
it comes across as shock jock. To
No, it
idiots,
doesn't. It
Facebook
comes
mom
across as
losers
creepy
like
as
you.
fuck. No, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm
that's
not
what
a
every
loser,
Facebook
baby. I
mom
promise
says.
you.
That's what every Facebook
I'm
mom
not
says. That's
I'm
what
not
every
a
pearl
Facebook mom.
clutcher says.
She's a
I'm
cat.
definitely not a pearl clutcher. The fuck? What?
Well, you are pearl clutching.
No, I'm definitely not, honey. You got the wrong one for that.
I'll give you something to pearl clutch about, Xylee. This
what's
person
that?
Shamu and this whole group of people, these trolls, this
Mhm.
Chinatown group that has turned my mother into their own private lolcow,
Mhm.
they did this with a guy before. They did this with a retarded man named Delandrian, who they convinced to eat his own excrement on a Discord call. He ended up in the hospital and he died. That's what they did before my mother. She's their new victim. It's pretty easy to see, actually. They don't deny it either.
Well, actually, Shamu is denying
Shamu,
it.
He just said not
Shamu is
true.
part of that. Shamu is part of that group. He was the head of Chinatown. They did it in Chinatown's Discord servers. He was the owner of the Chinatown server. You tell me what that means.
I don't know. I'll say that's not. I mean,
He
like,
can deny it all he wants. He's a liar. He could deny it, but it's true. I've seen the videos. You could look it up.
well, I'll look. I'll watch some of the videos for this for sure. that wasn't really like the beginning phase of like the whole Courtney stuff. Like that wasn't really the goal in mind. The goal in mind was to get to, how did Ben become so prevalent in that area where like you guys were just kind of all sucked in, and it became like this Jerry Springer like sort of like family drama that ends up getting you guys onto like Destiny's stream. And then now you're interacting, you're like he's fighting Milo Yiannopoulos and Ethan Ralph.
Well, here's the thing.
Destiny
Here's the thing about all of that. The actual reason that I got on Destiny's stream was because I wanted to debate him about the
Steven Crowder.
And
Yeah.
actually, so the family stuff came up because somebody else sent the link in chat. I didn't bring it up at all. We actually like the reason I come across. I would say, looking back on myself, I was only 19 when all of this started. The reason I came across so like scared and freaked out at certain points was because like, can you imagine being 19 and having like this sort of private family issue that you're okay with making public, but like everybody's judging every part of it, and it's being brought up in places that you don't particularly want it brought up. It's, now I see it as like, okay, well, my entire family is kind of performative, so I get it. But like back then, I was new to the internet. I was new to being on stream. I was new to people in chat critiquing me, critiquing my every move and every motivation. And neither me or my father really wanted this to happen. We don't bring it up much, but when other people bring it up, we will clarify what happened because it was a crazy family situation and it was somewhat necessary to make it public. We talked to priests, we talked to family friends, we talked to other family members. Nobody would really help us with the situation. My mother kind of had a breakdown for 4 years. We moved everywhere around the state. And at a certain point, once it leaked onto YouTube, we were kind of like, well, fuck it. I don't want this to be private anymore. So it was kind of necessary.
So you made
but
content out of it. You made content out of it, yes?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, then that's how you built your fucking channel and everybody started knowing you. That's my whole point. You made content out of it. That's what I said from the very beginning. Duh.
That's what people picked up on and found interesting, but we did other stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. Because you're watching a fucking train crash on fucking YouTube, obviously. That's how you built your channel.
Xylee, if that's how I wanted to get clout, why didn't I mention it to Destiny when I was on his fucking stream, retard? Why didn't I mention any of it? I didn't bring it up in the slightest. If that was how I wanted to get clout off of my crazy family.
I'm saying your father.
My father is the one. My father was in the chat while I was on Destiny's stream for the first time. Did he bring it up? No, he did not bring it up.
Your father was the one who exploited you and your family, and your father still exploits you. He uses you to make money, baby girl, and I'm sorry if you can't see that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you can't see that.
This is...
you do your own content. You absolutely do your own content. Grace, I'm not saying
misogynistic, blah,
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 fuck off
with
the misogyny thing, baby. My hate is rated E for everyone. I don't give a fuck what you are, okay, bitch? You got the wrong one, okay? But I'm not saying you don't do your own content, Grace. You are actually pretty fun to fucking watch when you're by yourself. It goes downhill when your fucking father steps in. Honestly,
that's not true. Both my
that's
dynamic
very
with
true.
my dad
I
and my
have literally
dynamic
seen
by
that
myself
man
on
kick
stream
you
is
off the
interesting.
camera because he wants to be in front of the camera on your own fucking channel in front of your because he can't pull numbers, but you can. I've literally seen him kick you off the camera so he can be in front of everybody. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
You are
Tell me I'm wrong.
You are
tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm lying.
You are
Go ahead
wrong.
and try and tell me I'm lying.
Okay, well, I can't respond if you're just gonna...
Bullshit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm not talking anymore. Go ahead and tell me I'm wrong.
The reason you're wrong is because he's absolutely encouraged me to do my own content.
Oh, I'm sure he has, baby. He makes his money off of you.
Okay, well, you're a loser who won't cam up, and you try.
Oh, I'm not. I'm definitely not a loser, and I don't feel like camming up because I'm not even on my show. What?
So if my dad kicks me off, if he kicks me off the stream because he wants to be in front, he's abusive. If he encourages me,
did I say he was abusive?
No, I didn't finish. If he encourages me to do my own streams and sell myself and try to do my own stuff, he's also abusive, using me to make money.
Did
It doesn't
I
make any
did I
sense,
say? Oh wait,
Kylie.
did I use?
Why
Okay,
don't you
first of all,
relax?
first of
Why don't
all,
you
okay,
relax,
check your
sweetie?
lipstick before you come for me because it's Xylee, not Kylie.
thought you
Second
guys
of
were
all,
friends.
did I use the word abusive? I did not. I said exploit. I did
I'm
not say
arguing this with
abusive.
you.
I didn't say abusive.
Exploitation is
I did
abuse.
not
You
use
stupid
the word
hick. You
abusive.
stupid hick.
Oh,
Exploitation is abuse.
God. Oh my God.
Exploitation implies abuse.
Oh,
You
does
stupid
it?
lisping hick.
Well, I'm a stupid lisping hick. You're the one sitting in the
Yes,
middle
you
of the
are.
fucking woods because you
I
have a
didn't say
loser fucking father.
I didn't
You're
say
the
he
one
was
living
abusing
out
you.
of a
I
fucking
just said he was
camper.
exploiting you.
You're the one
It's this-
living out of a
Can I get
fucking
some
camper
backup?
because your
Diesel?
father is a fucking loser and you are following him down to
Diesel?
hell because that man is
Diesel?
dragging you there when in fact you are so fucking talented.
You
No,
want a
I'm gonna go ahead
moderator?
and say it.
You
Can I
called
get
her a
some-
hick.
You
Like, I
are
don't
so.
know what to do.
Wait a minute.
Can I get some backup here?
Grace, you are so
No, I
fucking
just want,
talented.
I just want backup on my
Grace,
point.
Grace,
Saying that
you
somebody
are
is
so fucking
exploiting you is the
talented.
same as
You
saying they're
don't need your
abusing you.
father.
Can I get some backup on
Grace,
that?
Grace,
Can I
you
get
are
some
so
backup on
fucking
that?
talented. You
Saying
don't
that
need your
somebody's
father, but
exploiting you
your
is the
father
same thing as
needs
saying
you.
they're
I
abusing
didn't
you.
even
Your
know we were
father
jumping
needs
into a
you.
fucking debate on fucking exploitation
Your
and
father
abuse.
I
needs
didn't
you.
know
You don't need
either.
your father. Do you not
I've
understand
heard
what I'm
this
saying?
so many times.
It's true.
I've heard this.
If
I
it
don't
looks
know
like
what
a
your
duck and it
relationship with
walks
your
like a
dad
duck
is.
and it talks like a duck, it's a
I don't
fucking
know
duck.
what your relationship. Okay, will you stop screaming, honey? I get that I triggered you, but just calm down a
No,
little
baby,
bit. Take a
I'm
breath.
loud. I'm loud and proud all the fucking time. You've seen me on my live streams. You've been in my fucking chat. This is how I am.
Listen to that.
I don't give a
listen to the
fuck. It's
anger
who
in your
I am.
voice.
I am. I'm an angry old bitch. What's your problem?
Okay, why would I take advice from an angry old bitch? That
Trying
sounds
to
like
give
the
you
last
advice. I'm
three
just
things
telling
I
you
ever
how
wanna
it
be.
is. I'm not trying to give you advice. I'm
I
telling you
wanna
how
be.
it is.
I want to
if you
be.
take
I
this
want to
advice
be a
or not.
young,
You go.
happy woman. I want to
Okay,
be a young,
sitting
happy woman,
sitting
not
in the
an
middle of
angry
the
old
woods.
bitch.
Wait, you're gonna be a young, happy woman sitting in the middle of the woods in a fucked up camper? Okay, go ahead, go for it. You're right. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm meeting somebody up here, and I'm gonna do IRL content, fixing my
bet you
RV,
are.
and I'm connecting with nature. You got some kind of problem, girl.
No, I don't.
You're
have a
obviously
problem.
just envious because I have a great relationship with my dad. Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry,
that's
I don't know, maybe
now
you're
you
almost
just
there.
now you're just kind of laying it
Yeah,
on thick.
yeah.
You're
I'm
just like my
envious.
mother. No, wait. I just want to point something out.
Okay,
This
you
is
can't
what
compare
man hating.
everyone.
This is what. No. This is what man. Listen to that laugh. Ugh, that cackle. This is what man hating women. This is what man hating women do. They just say.
Wait a minute.
You
wait
need
a minute.
to be by yourself.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Excuse
Okay,
me. Am I a misogynist or am I a man hating woman? Which one am I?
I was wrong. You're not a misogynist. You're a man hater.
No, I'm not a man hater.
Clearly.
No, I'm not. Absolutely not.
Xylee, you say that I'm great, I'm talented, I'm smart. I
You
agree with
are great and
Also, I'm
talented,
incredibly
but you're
attractive.
just stuck up your dad's
So
ass.
wait, hang on. I didn't finish my point. So you're saying you should do this on your own. You can be successful. Guess who else said that to me? Guess who is the reason that I am a live streamer? Daddy. My daddy. Okay, sweetie?
Well, yeah,
That's the
because
reason
he
that I'm
knew.
here
Because he
talking
knew.
to you.
Well, yeah, I guess.
And if
so,
I'm gonna
because-
blame my dad for anything, it would be that he led me to a series of events that ended up with me talking with you on this live stream right now. You, a stupid
I
lisping
agree.
hick, screaming
I
at
do
me that
agree
I
with
need to
you
get
on
away
that.
from him.
No,
So,
I do
thanks
agree
a
with
lot,
you on
Dad.
that. But that's because your dad saw all that in you and he knew he could make money off of you.
Based.
I mean, that's fine. If that's the way you want to live, not my problem.
I have no problem sharing a career with my dad and making tons of
I
money.
wouldn't call it sharing, but okay.
Well, me neither. I'm basically in charge of everything, but
Oh, yeah,
I
we
like to
know.
make him
That's
feel
the whole
included.
point.
Who is
At least
asking?
you're in
I'm
charge
here
of the
to talk
money.
to
I mean,
Diesel
you're in
and
charge
Matt.
of the
I
money.
don't remember asking for your advice. I don't remember.
I'm not
asking for
giving
your
you advice. I'm just telling you how it is. I don't give a fuck if you take it or not.
Okay, so
I
then
only
shut
give
up, 'cause I'm
advice
not
to
going
people I actually care about. Your content. I don't give a fuck about you.
You guys started out so nice to each
You
other.
only
and
give
now-
advice to people that you care about and you don't give a fuck
Yeah.
about me?
Yeah, I
Sally, you're not
don't.
making any sense.
I don't give a fuck
Shut
about
up.
you. Your content. Your
Shut up.
content,
I'm not
baby.
here for you.
No, I don't. I'm
not here for
literally
you.
no. I'm literally not giving you
Oh,
advice
Lord
because I don't
almighty.
care. You're content. You're literally just content. You're nothing else but content. The sad thing is,
Well,
you
you're
would
not.
be more.
You're not content.
You would be
You're not content. So
more.
maybe shut up and let the actual
You
entertainers
would
entertain.
be more if
Guys,
you
I
wouldn't
really
be
can't do this.
stuck
She's
up
just
your dad's
screaming
ass.
at me.
I'm not screaming. This isn't
really-
me screaming, baby.
You are
I promise
screaming.
you, this is not me screaming. Anybody who knows me knows this is not me screaming.
You just stopped screaming.
Oh, does it hurt
I
your
literally had
feelings
to
that a
turn my
woman's yelling
headphone
at
volume.
you? Oh,
It doesn't hurt my
does
feelings.
It hurt
It hurts
your
my ears. It hurts my ears, sweetie.
Oh,
Your
well,
harsh,
turn me down.
shrill shrieking.
Turn me down.
Your
Turn me
shrill
down
shrieking on
then.
scream.
Are
on
you
stream
done?
hurts my ears.
Are you
That's what hurts.
done? Are you done?
It's not my fault that you're a loser.
Are you
hick,
done?
Xylee. I'm
Oh my
sorry.
god,
It's
I'm
not
a
my
hick.
fault.
Like
It's
I
not my
haven't
fault
heard
that you're
that
an
one
angry
before
old
because of
bitch.
my accent. You got
It's
anything
not my
else to
fault that you're an
say?
angry old bitch.
I am
It's
an
not my
angry
fault that you
old
don't have a
bitch.
man in your life.
No, no.
It's not my fault that you're an envious internet loser.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
what?
I have nothing to prove to you, sweetie.
I
wish the
okay,
best for
first of
you,
all,
girly.
First of all, I am an angry old bitch. Everybody knows that. Duh.
That's not something to be proud of.
No, that's literally me. I'm an angry old bitch. Yes. So what? Is that supposed to be some kind of own? Are you trying to own me with that? What are you doing? Are you trying to own me because I have a country ass accent? What are you doing? Bitch, I don't hide behind any
Women
of that.
shouldn't be angry.
Women shouldn't be.
so
Oh
angry
my
and aggressive.
god! Now we starting with
Yeah,
the women should
you're
be.
an unappealing
Oh yes.
female.
So women. So what women should do is go around the internet and let their daddy act like they fuck them. Right? That's what women are supposed to do. Yeah, you right. You right. I'm sorry.
No.
Ooh, I didn't figure out the internet. My bad. Shit.
Are we good now? Are we good?
Yeah, I'm
Everything
good.
All right.
Where's
Diesel,
yours,
next
Matt?
question.
Oh, yeah. You want me to follow up on that, huh?
Yeah.
Way to ask me to follow up on something fucking.
I got it.
All
All
right.
right. I got it. I can do a question.
All right, you got a question? All right, go.
Yeah. Grace, when you and Ben have streamed together, there's been moments where Ben kind of like wigs out and kind of goes into like this weird, like crazy dad stuff. Is he doing a bit when he does this stuff with you? Like when he kicked you and all that stuff, or when he hit you in the face? Is that all bits? Is that all for the camera, or is that like more serious and you're just kind of like maybe protecting him or something?
I mean, we're always aware that we're in front of a camera, if that's what you're asking. But both me and my father agree that sometimes women can get out of hand. Sometimes they need a little physical correction. I understand the estate does not agree with that, but I have no problem with it.
Okay.
So
you're
that
saying
didn't answer the question. Is it a bit or not? Like, is he hitting you to put you in your place? Is that what you're saying?
Are you performing or not? I mean, we're both in front of a camera. Xylee could use a good smack to shut her up. If she had a man in her life, maybe for her. I doubt it.
We've moved on.
We can let Xylee off the chain again. I don't know what to tell you.
Husband, apparently you're supposed to.
I mean, was it a bit? Was it a bit when
Yeah,
Darius smacked
exactly.
me? It was and it wasn't. It was and it wasn't. He was generally mad at me, but I agreed beforehand that I was okay with physical violence on stream a little bit. So it was and it wasn't.
Okay.
I don't get my girl thing about that because he's a pussy.
Oh
right.
dear God.
Grace, your internet's breaking up.
You're roboting a bit. You still there, Grace?
Yeah, you're roboting a bit.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear
we
me?
can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
But all right, but so the one that got your dad
that.
arrested, was that a bit where he kicked you? When he kicked your side, was that a bit, or did he actually kick you? Did he actually mean to kick you?
That arrest was 100% illegal. There are standards for domestic violence arrests. He was arrested unlawfully. I'm supposed to be either physically injured, which I was not in any way. There wasn't even any pain. Or secondly, I'm supposed to be in fear of serious bodily injury or my life being like in danger, which I was not. Those are the standards upon which you're supposed to arrest somebody for domestic violence. He was unlawfully arrested for all of that. And now
But,
there's a no contact order, which there are tons of people online, by the way. I didn't realize this. There are tons of people, mostly women online, who are victims of this no contact order stuff being put in place, where something happens, they don't report it, somebody else reports it, and their husband or their brother or their friend goes to jail, and they can't contact them even if they seriously need to, without fear of getting that other person thrown back in prison. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
so you're saying it
It's
wasn't a bit.
horrendous.
It had like he was actually mad when he kicked him, is what you're saying.
Was he actually mad?
Was he actually like angry and he actually like
You could get him on stream if you want to talk about his
Oh god,
psychology,
no.
his psychological state
I was just
at
asking from your perspective. I was all
at
right.
the
Like,
time of that.
all right. Diesel.
Ay, Dios. All right. So you bring up your mother a lot and this stuff before you guys brought it online. Was that like turning point for her mental health? The restaurant you guys ran, to from your perspective, right? Was she just always dysfunctional, even when you were a very young child? When did that change
Yes.
occur?
She was always a dysfunctional person. I mean, I know I've told this story before, but like the one that sticks out to me is when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old, we used to have nap time. And I told her, like, I figured out how to masturbate very early on. So I told her, like, if I do something with my poochie, it feels good, right? She was like, don't do that. And I was like, okay. But I still did it anyways. So she developed a system of testing about whether I had masturbated during nap time when I was 5 or 6 by taking my fingers after nap time, holding them to her nose and smelling them to see if I had, touched myself, which was extremely, I don't know what to say, traumatizing. I mean, looking back, it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous way to deal with your child, but at the time it was extremely shame-inducing and just like an awful experience. When I was 11 and I got my first period, she gave me a tampon and a pad. I didn't know what to do with the tampon. So she shoved a jar of Vaseline at me and just said, just get it in there and then put it in there. God, what's so hard about that? I was like, just was crazy. It was just super disoriented. I asked her to have a talk with me about sex when I was maybe 12. I was like, Mom, can we talk about this? Because like people are talking about it in school. She had a conversation with me in the car and she was like, it's fucking brutal. Don't do it until you're fucking married, okay? Listen, you got that? It's just, it's brutal. Like, it's okay in some ways, but like, it's brutal and you should like be aware that you don't want to be a slut. And I was like, okay, that's crazy. So I just ended up talking to my dad about it as much as I could, even though it was awkward. A lot of weird stuff about sex. I would say most like a lot of her mental illness has to do with like men and sexuality. When we were at Wendell Street, which was one of the properties my dad owned, we moved there before we sold it. She one day locked herself in one of the bedrooms, right? Like in the morning, we woke up and she was in there. Her and my dad were not sleeping together. She was in there. The door was locked. We're like, "What's going on?" She's like, "I can't come out. I'm sick." We're like, "Okay, that's crazy." So we went about our whole day. I had to take care of the kids once again. She was locked in the room. She comes out the next day and she tells me and my dad, I masturbated last night to the idea of you and your father having sex. And I was so embarrassed by it that I didn't want to come out of the room the whole day. So she was like, that's my explanation. So those are just a few of the things. I mean, if you want to say when did it start and when did it end or when did it get really bad, like you said, I didn't really realize how abusive it was until my dad sort of reached out to me because I had just sort of internalized all of it and I didn't really talk to anybody in my family. I was just going to school and planning on like basically never talking to them again. But I didn't really know what had happened. And then my dad reached out to me and he was like, Grace, we should be closer friends. Like, I saw that he this was the whole Destiny thing. He went through my phone because he was concerned about me when I was like 15 or whatever. And he saw some texts I was sending to a friend who was going through a breakup. And he was like, oh, actually, Grace is a really nice girl. I don't talk to her much, but like, she's not doing anything crazy. She seems like a real sweetheart. Unbeknownst to me, my mother had been telling him that I was a spoiled brat who didn't help around the house. Even though I was cleaning the Airbnbs that they were hosting, like, every other day after school. I had no idea. I didn't really talk to either of them, but apparently she had been telling him that, like, oh yeah, she's just like, she's kind of like obsessed with herself and whatever. She doesn't like our family anymore, whatever, teenage years. I did not feel like that. I just felt like I didn't understand what was going on, but I was just going to school because it was a stable place and the house had become a nightmare, kind of. So that's when he started talking to me, and I was like, yeah, I don't really understand what was going on with you and mom or the whole family. And he was like, yeah, well, you know, I think she's been telling me something about you that's not true. And I always thought you were a good girl, but I kind of thought she was right because she was talking to you more than me. And something
So
crazy's going on here.
this
Yeah.
so basically, you know, you feel this dysfunction with your mother had just been all the time, right? You bring up a lot of these discussions of like sex and getting exposed to sex very early. But you come from a
Well, I
Catholic
wouldn't say
household,
exposed to
so
sex. I just learned how to do it. You know how kids do that. It's not really that special. A lot of kids learn how to do it early.
did you learn these things through the internet? How did these things come exposed to you?
No, it was like 2004 or 5 or something. There was like really no internet. We didn't have a computer.
So you just discovered it on your
It
own?
was manual. Yeah.
Hmm.
Then eventually when I got an iPod when I was like 10 or so, I started looking up like ironic, like weirdly I started with lesbian stuff on YouTube and then like kissing pranks, and then I moved on to finally porn.
You know, one thing I've
But
noticed
I
about you,
kept
Grace.
that very private.
You know, one thing I've
Yeah.
noticed
What
about
is
you,
that?
Grace. Your voice
What?
changes when you try to bullshit.
Okay, when was I bullshitting? I
You
literally just
get
told
you get a
I
really
don't owe you
you
people to
get
tell you how
okay, you
my
people, whatever. I
sexual
don't give a
life has
fuck.
progressed, but if you
I
want to know, that's what
you
happened.
your voice switches up and you get this really sweet tone in your voice, so somebody will hopefully believe the bullshit that you spew. That's what I've
You're
noticed
just
about
being
you. Your
manipulative.
voice no, I'm
You're
not being
just being
manipulative at
manipulative.
all. I'm being observant.
What did I say that was bullshit? What did I say that was bullshit? That I
That's
got an iPod when I was 10?
probably about half the shit you just spewed out of your mouth was probably bullshit, because at moments when you were talking, you get this really sweet, oh, please listen to me because I'm using my sweet girl voice so you will believe me. You literally do that when you bullshit. And then when you're talking
I don't know
normal, you
what you're
talk
talking
normal,
about.
but when you're trying to bullshit somebody, that's your tell. That's literally your tell when you're lying. You get this sweet voice.
So I just bullshit you about how I discovered porn? Why would I?
No,
It doesn't even make any sense, Riley.
you bullshit. When you talk about your mother, you probably most likely spew out a bunch of bullshit because your voice changes. You do the same thing when you're
What did I
trolling
tell that was
people.
bullshit about my mother?
Probably, like I said before, about 50% of what
Oh,
you just fucking
probably.
said. Yeah, because I don't have proof of it. I don't
Probably.
know you like that. I wasn't there. But you do. When you go to
Okay,
bullshit people,
Xylee, maybe when people relax okay,
no,
sorry, you're just
baby.
gonna
When
scream
you've
over
lived
me.
long enough on this earth, you can tell a fucking con artist by hearing them.
You're just like my mother. This is what my mother used to
Oh
say
my
to me
God,
too.
here
This
we
is
go.
exactly what she
Oh,
used
you're
to say to me.
just like
You're
my
full of shit.
mother.
Okay.
You're full of shit.
Before we
You're
get
full
into
of
a
shit.
screaming
You're
match
full of
again.
shit. That's what she said to me.
Before we
That's
get
what she
into a
said to me.
screaming
You're
match
just
again.
like her. You're really just like her. You're
Meow.
full of shit. You know I'm right. You know I'm right,
stop.
Grace.
Shut
It's
up.
exactly what she used to fucking
You
say
know
to me.
I'm right, Grace.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with
Okay,
you?
whatever. Okay.
It's exactly what she used to say.
Uh-huh.
Grace,
Gaslighting.
I-
It's
I-
called gaslighting, Xylee.
Okay. Sure. It's called I
God.
can smell bullshit when it's in front of me.
Grace, I have an opinion question to ask you, right?
Sure.
So, you know, you talk a lot about your mom, and you put the, you know, obviously in a very derogatory way, you apply your mother and her personality to Xylee, for example, right? Are you worried about becoming her when you're older?
I'd just
Good
say
question.
my mother used to say those exact quotes to me. I'd just say that, but not in the same tone of voice. She was better at manipulating me. Xylie's just a loud old hick, but my mother was better at it. I'm just saying she used to say those exact phrases to me. So I'm just saying it sounds just like her, except more annoying and less manipulative.
Yeah, but do
Am I
you
afraid of becoming
worry
my mother?
about
No,
becoming her? No.
no.
Do you feel that
Even
you
though
have
I know I have
any
glasses
any?
that look like her glasses now. But...
Do you feel that you have any personality traits that are like her?
I mean, of course I do because she's my mother. You know, I have like an artistic. She's an artistic, sort of more sensitive person. I think I get a bit of that from her. But I don't think I'm very much like her. Even if you take personality traits, forgetting the mental illness, personality tests, we're just very similar. I think she's an INFJ and I'm an ENTP. So basically, totally different people.
So
But
you
that
think
doesn't mean you're not going to turn into
20
your
years
mother.
from
That doesn't
now?
mean you're not going to turn into your mother.
But what I'm asking is, do you fear of that possibly being a reality that you could exist in? Like one day this won't happen anymore. One day you won't be a creator.
I don't think so. I just think God has given me a very different life than hers. I wouldn't really say like, oh, I'm a better person than her, but I would say objectively I'm doing better than her. At my age, she was, you know, already had multiple bodies under her belt, was doing drugs, partying at a college school. Actually, she was like at my age, I think she was motorcycling across the country to meet up with her 17-year-old boyfriend in Seattle because he wanted to go there to make movies or something. And she was like totally disconnected from her dad, hated her mother, super alienated. I just think God has given me a very different path in life. So I used to be worried about it. I used to be. Because, you know, it's every girl's sort of dilemma. Like, if a girl doesn't like her mother, chances are she's going to end up like her. That is true. I don't think that's going to be true of me. Because I don't see it happening.
You don't see it
We're very
happening, but
different people.
you
We're in
admit
very
that
different places in life right now.
you hate her and that you guys share some similarities between each other.
I don't hate her. I don't hate her.
You speak very
I
poorly
think
of
she's
her.
mentally ill.
You
Well,
talk
because
like you
there
hate
is
her.
a because she has manipulated people online into trashing my career and my dad's. And there's a narrative because she acted like a victim of us, even though she was checked out like emotionally and mentally, and just lying to us that she cared and she was invested in the family. I would like to correct that, but I do think she's just kind of mentally ill, in over her head. And I just wish she would be honest. I just wish she'd be honest that she got really freaked out when my dad said, like, that their relationship wasn't working. That when my dad got close to me, she got freaked out that I was, like, replacing her. And then she just kind of kept checking out. And now she's doing this thing. She knows that my siblings should be able to see their dad. She said a million times the most important thing for a kid is to have his or her father in their life. She knows what she's doing is wrong, but she's just like, she's being trolled by people on Discord, which is ludicrous, but that is what mentally ill people do. And she's kind of like overcommitted to something to try to turn her life around. I just wish she'd be honest. I just wish she'd be honest. I think her life could be a lot better. I never wanted her to be working 3 jobs and taking care of 4 of my siblings. Neither did my dad. I never had that as a vision. I always thought she was kind of a weak person, but like she could be helpful and nice and take care of the kids, but she just committed to this sort of like, she'll say to me, like, she doesn't talk to me anymore, but she used to say to me, like, she just all of a sudden went into this thing of like, your father is the problem. She just latched onto that because this is what people on Discord told her. Your father is evil. Your father is abusive. Your father groomed you. Blah 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 blah. Everything under the sun.
So she says a lot of that to
She,
you.
due to her mental illness, she can't really take care of anyone anyways. That's why my siblings are constantly texting me like, Grace, can we meet up? Grace, can you get us out of the situation? Can you get the restraining order removed between us and dad? We'd like to see him. It's like, that's not taking care of your kids, mom. Don't you know that? She knows that. She's just
Grace. She said a lot of these negative things to you, right, about your father. and your father says a lot of negative
Yes.
things about her, but ultimately you feel your father is in the right about what in particular regarding, I guess it'd be an annulment in this case because of the background of your family, but the family is separated, right? There's this
Yeah.
discontent on both
yeah,
sides.
according Well, but it's not just discontent. She committed perjury by claiming that my dad beat her up when he didn't, and has him restricted from seeing his 4 minor kids and them seeing him. And really, that's just an expression of hatred. I mean, I really think she hates me and my dad, and she hates my siblings. She's torturing them. She knows they want to see their dad. It's ridiculous what she's doing. And it's not even help. Like, the stupid thing is, it's not even helping her. My siblings will despise her for what she's done when they get older. It's absolutely certain from what they're telling me now. And I don't even like talking to them because I don't like hearing about the situation they're in. But when I do talk to them, they're always like, Mom seems kind of crazy. I kind of feel bad for her, but like, I wish I could see Dad. And this whole situation is crazy. And they're going to despise her for taking them away from him for all these years for no reason. It's stupid. She's setting herself up for ultimate failure, but
So
there's at a certain point, there's nothing you can do when a woman just wants to be evil.
so
Grace,
you
Go ahead.
go ahead, Sally. No, good
Well,
for
I
you.
was gonna say you do realize that people don't look at the problem with you and okay, for me, I know for me personally, it's not because of your mother that I feel the way I do about your father and you and your father's situation. It's not because of your mother. It's not because I watched your mother. I have never talked to the woman. It's because what I have seen on live streams for myself. Like, not Shamu's videos, not anybody else's videos. Literally researching and watching your content is what made me believe how I believe about you and your father. It's not your mother's fault. It's what y'all presented.
Riley, I don't really care. There's lots of Facebook moms out there who think that my dad is a terrible man who's abusive.
Why do you keep
It's a
saying
typical
Facebook mom? What?
because
What are-
that's the
Oh wait, you froze. You froze right in the middle of that explanation.
Right in the middle
Hold
of the
on.
insult.
Yeah, right in the middle of the insult.
It would be
Apparently,
funny
I'm
if
a
she like
Facebook
popped
mom
out
now.
of the freeze and they're like, "That's why my dad had sex with me." And we're like, "What?"
Oh no, oh,
Are you
Grace.
back?
Hello, you're
Are you
there.
back?
You're there.
Okay, you were in the
Sorry.
middle of explaining how I'm a Facebook mom. Go.
It's the genre you're in. Oh, look at this. I'm sure you feel the same way about Andrew Tate. I made my opinion about him. He's a terrible abuser of women. Okay, if you want to be a pearl clutcher about Andrew Tate and my dad and other masculine men, go ahead. Lots of people do it. I don't really care. I don't really care.
Grace,
I'm sure you don't like masculine men. I
here's
can
the
hear
sad
it.
Grace. Here's the sad part of what you're saying. You're obviously very ignorant on who I am. That's the funny part about this. You think
Yes,
you know
I
me,
don't
and you
care
think,
about
and
you.
you
I don't
think,
care about you.
you
I haven't
think,
researched you. I
yeah,
don't care.
obviously, because the shit
You've
that is
done
coming
some
out of your
research on me and
mouth,
my
you're literally
You care
throwing
about
darts
us.
and hoping you
You
hit the
care about
bullseye.
us.
It is
I
absolutely
don't care
fucking
about you.
amazing.
I have not taken
Holy
any interest in
shit!
your
You're
content
a
besides when you
shill.
react to
You
me and
are
my
such a
dad.
fucking shill. You are such a fucking. Oh my god, bro.
I'm a
You
shill?
are
What does that
horrible.
even mean? I'm trying to sell something?
You're a con.
Now
Yeah, you're a con
now
artist. You're a con
now
artist.
who's the one just throwing
Absolutely.
stuff
You're
and
a
hoping
you're a
that it
con
sticks?
artist.
I'm a
You're
shill.
absolutely a con artist. You're a con artist.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm a con artist. What's the con, Xylee? To get on a stream to talk to you? That's
Well,
the con?
okay,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
You want to know? No, you want to know the
Great
con?
job.
Here's the con. All right. When
I
you
don't
when
really
when
want to
this
hear your
live
ridiculous
stream
theories.
I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway. So
I
when
know
you
you
go
will.
back and watch this live stream, watch how you're talking to Matt and Diesel, and then watch how you talk when a woman speaks up because you can't handle a woman telling you the fucking truth. Because you a hating ass con artist.
I don't like angry old women. That's true.
Okay, I'm an
You're
angry
right.
old Sorry
You
that
exposed me, Xylee!
I'm sorry
I
you're
don't
scared of
like
that. Are you
old,
scared? Is
angry
that what it
cunts!
Oh my god!
I am
I just
not
figured it out!
enamored
Holy
of
shit!
old,
I figured it
angry
out!
cunts!
I figured it
I
out!
don't enjoy
Oh my
talking to
god!
them!
I
Most
figured it
people
out!
on the
You're
internet and
scared
in the
of old
in the
women!
world
You're
don't.
scared of old people. You're scared of old women. Oh my god, I
I'm not
fucking figured it
scared of
out.
you.
You
I
are
just don't
scared
like
because you're talking like you're scared. Because you're pulling out these insults
I'm
that come
not.
from like 1986 and it's sad. It's fucking sad. You don't even know what to
Angry
say
old
to me.
cunt comes
You're
from
literally
1986?
like throwing darts and you're hoping to hit the bullseye on something that will stick with me and none of it will stick.
Girl,
No,
you're the one who just
girl,
called me
I
a
am a
shill.
grown ass
You're the
woman.
one
You're
trying to
the fucking
insult
girl.
people.
You're the
one.
Your daddy
You wish you were a
literally
girl.
leads you by a fucking leash through life. Are you kidding
Xylee,
me?
Xylee,
I'm a grown ass woman.
Xylee.
You can't
Xylee.
say that. Your dad literally
Xylee.
leads you by the leash like a
Xylee,
fucking
you
little
should take it as a
poodle running
compliment
around.
that I
Is that
referred to you
okay,
as a
Daddy?
girl
Was that
and not
live
an old
stream okay,
witch.
Daddy? Daddy,
Okay,
we made this much money.
Xylee.
Oh my god,
Okay, Xylee.
people, I need you to
Xylee.
donate to me because Daddy will
Xylee.
get mad. What?
Xylee, I won't refer to you as a girl anymore. I'll refer to you as a hag. Is that better? Is that more appropriate?
Like I haven't
Okay,
heard
so
that one before.
hag, listen, hag.
Okay,
Maybe you
and?
should focus on why you're angry at men and stop projecting
I'm not
your anger
angry at men.
onto my father. I
I'm
can
not
hear it in your
angry
voice.
at men.
You
What do you
clearly
mean?
are. You clearly are.
Matt here calls me a misogynist all the fucking time. I'm not angry at men.
I think she really dislikes women, which is why she's yelling at you right now.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm yelling at her. Good
She's
one,
not
Matt.
a misogynist. She's not a misogynist. She's a man hater.
See, let's go. I moved up in life. Now I'm a man hater. Yes.
She's only attacking me because I'm associated with a man.
We broke
if I
the
wasn't associated with a
accusations.
man,
Yes.
she wouldn't be doing this. If I wasn't associated with a masculine, good man, she wouldn't be doing this.
Wait,
She's just projecting her anger.
Who's the masculine good man?
My father, obviously. Were you not paying attention? I'm glad the microphone muffled your cackle because I couldn't stand hearing another one of those.
Did you really just call Ben Thorp a masculine good man? Are you serious?
Yes, I love him very much, and he's a very masculine, very good man. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. All right. Joke of the week.
Okay. Matt, it sounded like you had a question before that happened.
Yeah. Oh well, I can we can move on to something else. Actually, something that I wanted to ask you about that I didn't bring up in the script. There was a situation when you were streaming with this guy. He's like one of the biggest Mr. Girl fans or something. I can't remember his name. Smeth, yeah. And you were streaming with him, and then he got really weird because you were driving him to his place, but he didn't want it to be on stream. And then you guys started arguing, and it got really awkward. Do you have any more context to that? Because the video I saw just kind of showed a couple clips, so I didn't really put it in the script.
Yeah, well, I didn't really know him that well, but I wanted to do IRL content, and he was in Boston. I'm close to Boston in Rhode Island, so I was like, Smith, can we meet up and do some IRL content? We can walk around Boston and go to restaurants or whatever. I don't care. We can go roller skating. I just want to do some IRL content. You're close by. And I thought he was like an artsy sort of nerdy guy. So I was like, okay, well, he's not a threat. He's not he'll just be a funny guy to stream with. So he was like, no, I don't want to. And then eventually he told Mr. Girl, his daddy, that I wanted to meet up with him and do IRL content. And Mr. Girl was like, oh, you should do that. That's why he decided to do it. So anyways, we met up. He was acting sketchy, but I didn't really pick up on it super hard because I was just focused on the stream. But he got into the car with me. It's on my channel. It's called IRL Stream in Boston Goes Wrong or something like that. And it's like an edited version.
Gotcha.
He got in the car with me when I first met him, and he was like, I could kill you right now if I wanted to, or something like that. And I was like, okay. I thought he was joking, but he was being sketchy the whole time, like weird jokes like that. But I was like, okay, maybe he's just trying to do a bit. So we met up with this black guy who was a Destiny fan who gave us his parking spot because we couldn't find a place to park. We walked around all over the city. We went swimming in some river, I forget the name. And then when we got I asked Smith to stay later because he was like I got to catch the train home. And I was like, no, stay, I'll drive you. So he agreed to that. And then I was like, we dropped the black guy off. I got my car. And I was ready to drive him home, and he lets me know at that point that his house is 2 hours away from where I'm going. So I was gonna go 2 hours that way and then 4 hours back home. I was like, okay, well, I agreed to drive you home, so all right, let's go. And then he gets all freaked out because I have the live stream on, and he's like, I don't want people to dox where I live.
Yeah.
So I was gonna stream me driving him home. And I was like, well, I'd really rather the stream be on because, I'm 21, he's 30. I didn't know he was 30, but like, I don't really want to be in a car alone with him for 2 hours. And I was just thinking, like, okay, well, he's a little freaked out about doxing, but they're not going to figure out anything by the turns we make. They're not geolocating us. So he agrees. We get in the car. About like 10 minutes in, I'm driving him, I'm playing music. I'm just like, he ends his stream. I was like, okay, well, I want to keep my stream on just like for safety purposes. And then, my chat was kind of busting his balls, and they were like, party at Smeth's house tonight or whatever. And like, Smeth, we have your location. I was like, they're just busting your balls. Don't worry about it. My dad was busting his balls too. And he turns to the camera at one point. I'm driving, right? So I'm looking ahead. He turns to my camera on my phone and he goes, hey, Ben Thorp, I could hurt your daughter right now and there's nothing you could do about it. And I heard him say that, but I kind of thought he was joking. Like, I want to keep things chill, right? So I'm like driving, so I'm like, okay, haha. And my dad, like, at that point, my dad started getting freaked out. He was like, oh, okay, Grace. Like, he started texting me, but I didn't see it, but he was like, you gotta maybe consider just dropping this guy off. Then we're at a stoplight. We're still in the city. We're like in Cambridge. And he just goes like, I have to get out of your fucking car right now. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And the light turned green. And I started going. And I was like, what are you talking about? Just relax. And he's like, no, I have to get out of your car. And he starts opening the door. And I was like, Jesus, let me pull over. Like, what are you doing? I'm driving. I pulled over. And he's like, yeah, let me out of your fucking car. And he opens the door. And I was like, dude, fuck you. What the hell? I was going to drive you home. And he goes, fuck me? Oh, I'm the asshole? And I was like, yeah. And he like dropped my phone on the ground and stuff, and like everything went up. Like he wasn't being careful. Then he slams the door in my face and walks off. I was like, Jesus, dude, like that's crazy to pull. It was like 10 p.m. I was driving him home.
Did you guys ever?
He's an angry. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you guys ever interact after that, or have you guys talked about it since then, or has it been just weird between you two?
My dad, because I had Smeth's phone number and I gave it to him before I went out to stream with him. My dad called him and put him in his fucking place.
Yeah.
Which Smith did apologize to my dad. He was like, if you ever fucking threaten to fucking hurt my fucking daughter again, you'll see what fucking happens to you. And Smith was like, okay, sorry.
That's my job.
But
sorry, that was a joke.
she's mine to bully, not yours.
Yeah.
And then after that, we didn't really interact. He pretended he was a victim of that experience, even though he was that was totally his fault. It was just, he wasn't communicative. I thought I should have known better because he's a Mr. Girl fan. Like, not even a Mr. Girl fan. He's like a Mr. Girl idolizer.
Ew, that's
But I thought he
gross.
was kind of like this, nerdy, artsy guy who's like, kind of like chill, but just kind of reserved. He is an angry person. He is an angry person who is like, bullied in school, who's just hiding his anger under this veneer of like artsy, nerdy kid. Like, he is.
Yeah,
I would not interact with him again.
I watched it.
He was somebody who could freak out.
I watched an interview he did with somebody, and it was Zyla. You would love this interview because his mannerisms are exactly like Mr. Girl.
Oh God, I hate Mr. Girl with a passion.
It's so fucking weird.
Actually,
yeah.
link me that. I would love to see it. To be honest.
Yeah, I'll send
just
it to you
later on. Just
yeah.
link it to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Grace, I have a question. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask you a question. Did you ever go to therapy like Lab had suggested to you? Or did you ever like consider actually doing it, or when you were going through and like when your dad first got So you haven't.
It.
Okay, so you haven't gone yet, is what I'm saying. Or I'm asking, excuse me. Okay.
No.
What was the thought process for deciding not to go to therapy?
I think having a therapist is kind of like paying somebody to be your friend and talk to you, and that's kind of lame. I can't really like get behind paying somebody to listen to my problems. They're just being a friend who's going to agree with you. And at the end of the day, they're incentivized to agree with you and feed into your biases to keep you coming back. They're not incentivized to tell you if you're way off or if you got something wrong or something doesn't add up. So I don't really see the point. I don't need somebody to just like jerk me off for an hour and tell me what I want to hear and pay them for it.
So
Not yet. I'm not that desperate yet. I'm not that desperate yet.
Have you talked to friends off stream, you know, about the shit that goes on in your life? And, you know, like, you don't need to say who they are, but, you know, did they recommend anything? Did they say anything? Or did you not really talk about this off stream or with people that, like, maybe like IRL friends or anything like that?
I would just like to say, therapy, can I ask, sorry, Xylee, can I ask you a question? Have you gone to therapy?
No.
You have?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
have not.
I would suggest maybe looking into that for your psychotic behavior towards strangers
Well,
online.
I'm gonna be kind of honest.
Just a suggestion.
Is pot calling kettle black here? Ma'am, you're
okay. Before both of you start arguing again.
No, I get my chance to speak. I buy my time.
I would suggest that you go to therapy, not me.
Baby girl, you're living in the middle of the woods in a rundown RV. I would not be the one who needs therapy right now.
Could possibly help you with.
Yes. Okay.
Well, look at me and look at you, and we'll decide who needs therapy. But we can't even look at you 'cause you're too much of a
I don't
coward
have
for
a reputation on the internet. My dad fucking me. Yes, look at me and look at you.
Me when Grace's Discord freezes.
Did it freeze? That was like the perfect moment for it to freeze.
Oh my god!
I thought legit that was like a foreboding silence.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh god, here we go.
Yeah. Hopefully she comes back. I wanted to answer that question.
Which
Sorry, am I back?
Yeah,
no, it's all right, Grace.
Again.
All right. So the question I asked you was friends off stream, right? People maybe you know IRL, friends of yours. Have you talked to them about the struggles that you're going through? If so, what did they say? What's the general consensus from those people?
Yeah, here and there. You know, people don't really want to deal with complicated family issues. They kind of say the same horseshit thing that Xylee says, like, go to therapy. It's not really very helpful. You know, but unlike Xylee, I'm not worried about my Heavenly Father when it comes to Judgment Day.
Wait, I didn't say go to therapy. I was asking, did you take Lab's advice? That's the only thing I said. I don't give a fuck if you go to therapy or not.
Okay, so these are my options for advice. You, a self-described angry old bitch, or
ma'am, I am not giving you advice. Why do you keep saying I'm giving you advice? I'm not giving. I give two fucks what you do. I don't care. Baby girl, you are 10. I don't give a fuck if you give therapy or not. And whatever self-destruction you do, I hope you do it on a live stream because I'm going to cover it and make fucking money covering it. So please, whatever explosion you do in your life, please do it online so I can cover it and make money. Honey, you're content. I don't give a fuck about the rest.
Yes, I am content. I understand you're too unoriginal to come up with any of your own content. You have to use mine, and I don't copyright strike you for any of that because I'm a sweetheart.
Honey, you can't copyright strike me because it's called fair use, bitch. But if you want to try, let's go. Because you don't have any fucking money to sue anybody. You don't have any fucking money
with your own content.
No, you don't have any money to sue anybody. How the fuck are you gonna copyright strike somebody? You don't have money to sue anybody. Bro, what?
You can't.
You're going to copyright strike somebody. You don't have any money to sue anybody.
Xylee, do me a favor. Xylee,
yeah, come on. What?
Do me a favor. Prove to me how little you care about me. How little you care about me. By leaving the stream. Please, I beg you, leave.
No, because you would want that, and I love being here and making you feel uncomfortable. No, because I like making you feel uncomfortable, baby girl.
I don't care about you.
That's absolutely fine. I don't want you to care about me.
You came on the call to talk to
me.
Okay, I did not come on here to talk to you. I will not ever reach out to you. Guaranteed.
That's absolutely fine.
The only time I've ever talked to you is when you use my name, my content, my face in your thumbnail, and DM me on Twitter.
Yeah, I did. I even talked about that.
Honey boo.
Yeah, I
honey
know.
girl. So
Yeah.
prove how little you care by
Uh-huh.
leaving the call right now. It'll be
No,
an
because
epic
it's what you
diss.
want.
It'll be
It's
an
what you
epic
want.
roast.
No, it
It'll be an
wouldn't.
absolutely epic
Actually,
roast of
the
me. No,
diss would be
no,
me
I,
staying here because
according to
I make you uncomfortable. So of course I'm going to stay here. Hello,
you
you're the
make everyone
content.
uncomfortable who listens to you. You have a
No, I
harsh,
don't.
grating voice, and you're annoying.
Really? I make everybody uncomfortable.
Yes, unless they're also evil women like you, which your entire chat is
Oh.
made up of.
Oh, my entire chat is made up of angry women. Oh, God, you're dumb.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I'm still going to stay here, though. Go ahead.
All right.
So you do care. You care enough about me to stay here just to piss me off.
I care enough about you. Yeah, yes, I care enough about you to piss you off. Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I just want to make sure. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
So you don't not give a fuck. You do care.
No, I care enough to make you content. Absolutely.
I want to pivot back to the question about the people in your life. So your friends say, Grace, I don't want to talk about your family shit with you. Is that what I'm hearing from you?
I mean, essentially, it's a complicated thing to talk about with people, and they just mostly they just brush it. They don't want to deal with it. I don't really blame them. But, you know, there have been some people, there have been a lot of people online who have reached out to me and been like genuinely nice and tried to help me talk through things. Which I do appreciate, but in real life, I don't know. I was like, I don't know, I dropped out of high school cuz COVID hit and it was online and I didn't really care. So, reach out to those people here and there. I told one friend about my YouTube channel before any of the family drama stuff, and she blocked me on everything because of my take on marriage, supposedly, like that women have marital obligations. So that was my one experience of sharing myself with her. I don't really know. I don't really know.
So you don't really have like close IRL friends that I'm hearing that you hang out with or spend time with?
Not many. Here and there, but not many. No.
I mean, you're one of the only people that could probably go to their friend and explain their family problems by making a YouTube playlist for yourself. Be like, here, this is all my issues.
Yeah. I think my old friends from high school probably meet watch me. They probably do. They probably lurk. But they haven't really talked to me about it. Except one of them, Margaret. She did text me and she was like, "Oh, you're a live streamer now." You know, it's been a bit, you know, confusing and crazy, so I kind of like wanted to figure it out before I sort of involved people I knew in real life into it, but most of them are kind of boring too, so it doesn't really matter to me.
And then internet friends, like, well, like actual friends, like people, again, like you're not talking on like a live stream, like you're just chilling, hanging out with someone.
No, like actual friends. Yeah.
So those people you've discussed your family issues with, right? And what was a general take from them? Is there a general take? Is it varied? What is coming from the people in your life that, you know, might influence your decisions?
I would say like there is a girl. This is in my chat, but there's a girl named Rini in my chat who was just like, you know, Grace, you're just trying too hard to like make shit happen, and you need to be more relaxed and more feminine and just chill on stuff. And I listen to her because she's pretty based and she's like 17 and she's from England and she's just like, you know, like I see that you're like you feel like you have the burden of the whole world on your shoulders. You don't. It's just your family kind of got crazy and your mom got crazy, but like just relax.
But this is a chat member.
Most people just tell me to relax.
This isn't somebody like you have a private conversation with.
She's my bestie.
It's just
honestly, YouTube saved my life and my dad's life. I would say. My mom was unable to stop attacking all of us. She just couldn't stop herself. It was just endless sort of breakdowns and rehashing of stuff. She couldn't get out of the mindset. She said she heard my dad's voice in her head 24/7.
So
he didn't want that. He didn't want that.
So before we start talking about your mother
getting
again,
him back, it got crazy. It got crazy. You have no idea how crazy it got in private. It's just, it got psychotic. I'm glad at the end of the day that it became public.
So You
And
think,
both
everybody's sitting around, like us sitting around and talking about the issues in your family, which many people would consider like private family issues. You're glad that those things are public, that everybody can kind of comment on them?
I really am, truly, because of the truth to be, weren't getting anywhere privately. So in a way, I'm glad my mom went down the route she did, because it just made it clear how actually she was just lying that she wanted to keep our family together. She was just lying that she, wasn't going to bring the courts or legal stuff into it. She was just lying that she thought my dad was a good guy. She just lied about all that. She was emotionally checked out. So
So,
at the end of the
but
day, she showed her true colors.
the general internet consensus would be that, you and your father are the most culpable in your family's dysfunction, right? Or maybe not you, maybe you're a victim of your father, but either way, they put your father at a position of culpability in your family much higher, right? That doesn't sound like it would be the
They do, but that's the internet consensus. Like, people who are only briefly jumping in, and here to like yours on videos. People who actually watch us, they don't think that. I'm telling you,
so
they
what
don't.
about
They're
people
not.
like
There's no longer
Shamu
like
who
thousands of messages in my chat, like, get away from your dad.
So what about people like Shamu who have just watched everything?
Shamu gets more content out of fueling my mother to do crazier and crazier legal things and attack my father through isolating her into a private Discord group with him and his trolls. And he is like he's a psychotic type of person. He likes lying about us online, trolling us, fucking with us, making us look bad. He fuck about my mother. The idea that any of these give a fuck about my mother is not true. They just wind her up, watch her attack us, and then laugh at it. That's what they do.
So Shamu is in waiting. He would like to come on and talk to you.
Him for his entertainment. Oh God, here we go.
All right, Shamu, you're on.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey, dude, what's
I
going
just
on?
wanted to. What's up, Xylee? I just wanted to clear up some of the stuff that she's saying about Courtney and the people that I know. That whole thing. Is it Matt? Matt, are you the one that watched everything and you wrote everything for
Yeah.
the video?
Most of it,
You'll
yeah.
know
yeah.
everything I'm talking about. It'll just take it won't take very long to explain.
Right.
So when the Thorp started, right, with Courtney, a big part of their content was humiliating her and putting her out there to humiliate. But let me just talk and then we can do whatever. It's about humiliating her. Like, do you remember the Discord VC, Matt, where they made her take her shirt off and get in her
Yes.
bra?
Yeah, there was a bit. Yeah, there was a
sexually
VC
humiliate
where
her and
she.
stuff?
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff like that. There was one where she took off her shirt, and I think one of the kids walked in at one point. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, that was actually right before a court date for Ben assaulting
Yeah, the court.
his son.
That's a lie. No, wait, hang on. That's a
That
lie.
was the day
They
of
didn't walk
court.
in with her shirt off. She was in a tank top, and my sister walked in, and she hurriedly put her sweater on
She was
over
in a
her
bra.
tank top.
I censored
That's
it.
not true. She wasn't in a bra. She wasn't in a bra.
She was. I have the whole thing.
She was not in a bra. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. Because the original raw video, she was in a tank top. I'm not saying she didn't take off her tank top, but it wasn't when my sister walked in. She put on her sweater to look
Okay.
like something crazy was going on, when really she was just sitting in front of the Discord VC in a tank top.
I was just trying
That's
to make
what
a
pissed
point.
me off, because I was like, why are you trying to make it look like something weird is going on here? You're in a tank top, like putting on your sweater as if like you're being exposed. What are you doing?
No. It was just about humiliating her. That was my only point. And if you remember the stream where Ben like slaps Grace's ass or whatever, the way that Grace and Ben like to treat Courtney. So they constantly did that kind of stuff to humiliate her, and they would get some satisfaction out of that, and they would try to make content out of that. Now,
Hey, Shamu, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, well, I was explaining something, but yeah, you can ask
When
me
you and your
whatever.
friends convinced my mother to get drunk and saw up a futon on livestream and I had nothing to do with it, were you guys interested in humiliating her? Or, like, what was the explanation for that?
So that was
Curious.
before. That was when we first started.
So, no,
watching
I
you
didn't
guys.
ask when that happened. I didn't ask when that happened. I just asked what was your intention.
But we're gonna get
like, were you
derailed.
intending to humiliate?
Okay,
just explain?
But like,
let
so
Shamu
were
finish
you
his
intending
point,
to
Grace.
humiliate
Wait,
her
wait.
when you guys did that?
Grace,
Let me just
Okay,
explain.
so
and
let
he
him
then we
doesn't
can
explain
want
his
to
get
answer
point.
the question.
Let him
Okay,
No, I
explain
will
his
okay.
point,
answer
and then
it.
we
We'll
can get to
circle
that.
back.
No,
Yeah,
it's
we'll
fine.
circle
No,
back.
you guys defend him. You guys defend him.
Wait, we'll
Not
circle back after
defending.
he's done defending.
Yeah,
After
we'll
he's done
explain
saying his
everything.
point. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
worries, no worries. Yeah.
Okay, so that was a big part of their content. And when Ben talked about like smacking Courtney and all that stuff, when he broke her glasses, there's clips of that, Matt. I'm sure you've seen it, where he talks about, he's like, yes, Rini, I did have to smack her because she was acting crazy. And the assault on Grace's brother, you know, people began to like try to want to help them, and so people would talk to them and try to be like, you know, this isn't good what they're doing. You know, they're trying to humiliate you, they're being physically abusive, and so people would talk to them and all this stuff. Later on down the line, Grace and Ben kicked Courtney out of the house.
You can't just filibuster. You're just telling straight up lies.
I'm not.
You're telling
I'm
straight
not.
up lies. There's no clips of my dad beating up my mom like she said on the affidavit. There's no clips of that.
Matt's seen
There's
the-
clips of
Matt's
him
seen-
saying there's clips of him saying that he knocked her glasses off her face.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
lied that he beat her on her head
I
and
didn't say
torso
that-
on the affidavit. That is a
Okay,
straight
but
up
that's something
lie.
I'm-
You're trying to confuse two
I'm not
things.
saying that
You're
he did
confusing
that.
two things by saying,
I'm
"Oh,
just-
there's clips of him saying that he did assault her." Not true. He said he knocked her glasses off her face
didn't
because she was
say that.
acting
No, he-
crazy because my brother was about to go to prison.
Okay, but I
He
didn't
was putting
say
himself in
that
jeopardy of
he
being
assaulted her or
going to
anything
prison
else.
by breaking an NCO.
Okay,
You're trying to make
but
it sound like that, is what I'm saying.
so later when Ben and Grace
There was no
kicked Courtney
assault
out
on my
and
brother.
Court-
My dad did
Okay,
not
Grace,
assault my
Grace.
brother. My dad did not assault my brother. The charges were dropped. There was no assault.
Grace,
You're just
I
lying.
have let you speak uninterrupted quite a bit. Please let him speak.
But he's just lying, though.
Well, then,
you-
it can be confronted after.
Yeah, after I explain my point, right? So later they kicked Courtney out and they had the kids, right? And I have pictures of the house,
Lie.
how they left it. I have pictures of the house of how they left it. If you want to see them, I can send them to you. It was left in a mess. They had Courtney go back and take the kids because they couldn't take care of the house or do anything, right? And they were
Lie.
about to
She
leave the
asked to be
house.
back with the kids, Shamu. She asked to be back with the kids and for us to leave, Shamu. That's a lie. You're just lying. It was on Discord
I'm not-
VCs. She was pretending to be homeless. She called and she said, "Okay, let's switch. I want the kids. You guys move out." We did not force her to come back. We had asked her to come back because what kind of mother
I'm
fucking
almost-
abandons her
I'm
minor
almost
He's
done with
children?
almost he's
I'm
almost done. And then I'll let you pop off uninterrupted.
Yeah. So she takes the kids back or whatever, right? This is when they were left, the kids and Courtney were left with no money. I have the bank transfers actually from Ben to Grace. It's about $80K. He funneled all the money to her out of fear that Courtney would divorce him. So she had no money. So basically what was left was my friends and stuff wanted to support Courtney because they felt really bad for her. So they helped her through this whole entire thing to where now she has the kids back and she's working 2 jobs to take care of them because she had no money and they're going through the divorce court now and all that stuff. But the narrative that I want to do any of that for content or that Courtney is a lolcow is so like she hasn't been on videos, she hasn't been on streams, which is what really gets Ben and Grace mad because they want to humiliate her. I have no interest in that whatsoever. I feel really bad for her and her children, and I think it's great that she's working 2 jobs now and doing all this stuff, but nobody's trolling her. Nobody is doing any of this shit for content. We genuinely feel bad for her and like wish her the best. So that was my only point with Grace saying that people are trolling her or any of this other shit. That's not true at all.
Okay.
You are an absolute liar. Number one, the idea that you care about the kids. When my mother abandoned, she was not kicked out. Her and my dad agreed that at a certain point, they were like, okay, this just keeps looping. At a certain point, if we can't work this out, we should split up somehow. She, on that day, she walked out, went to my dad's house down the road, pretended my dad had kicked her out with no clothes or food or money, which is not true. We didn't know what the fuck she was doing. She walked down there and convinced my dad's dad to get her a hotel room. Then
Am I
later
breaking
came
up
back
or
her
is
car,
Grace?
streamed
It's
from her
Grace.
Discord VCs from her car to me and my dad.
You there, Grace?
Okay.
Did she freeze?
Give it a second.
Hello?
All right, you're
Yeah,
back,
she
Grace.
froze. Hold on,
Hello?
you're frozen.
Yeah, you're good. You're
You
good.
can
Yeah,
turn
you're
off
good.
the camera. It might be better.
Hello?
Hello?
Bandwidth.
Grace,
Turn
the
on my
camera's probably fucking you off.
Yeah, if you turn it off, it might be better.
Is it better now? Is it better
It
now?
is so
Yeah.
much better.
Is it better now?
It's wonderful.
Yes.
Grace. So
Okay.
before
okay.
you,
So
but can I just
wait,
say
hang
really
on, hang
quick,
on,
we're
hang on.
gonna
Let me
get
finish.
lost.
Let me finish.
Now
When
let
my
Grace
mom
finish
left,
and you'll respond.
wait, hang on. I was
Okay.
responding. I was
We got
responding.
you. We got.
I was
It's okay.
responding to
Go
you
ahead.
saying we
Go
really
ahead.
care about the kids. We really care about the kids. You do not. When my mother pretended she was homeless while really she had manipulated my dad's dad into getting her a hotel room and was pretending to me and my dad and my siblings that she was homeless. You guys called the police on us, effectively swatting us, but not actually. You didn't actually get a SWAT team called, but you called the police on us, knowing full well that I was there alone with my dad and my siblings multiple times for things that my brother had said, like my daughter is my sister is a sex slave. You sent tips into the police knowing they would come to our house and interrogate me and my siblings many times. These things that were ridiculous Discord lies, you sent them in as anonymous tips to harass me and my family when you knew full well that my siblings were there alone with just me and my dad. Their mother had left them. They were terrified, and you sent police to harass us through anonymous tip lines. This happened 3, 4, 5 times in a row. You tried to start police investigations. You tried to harass us. Those kids were terrified. They'd never interacted with that many police in their life, and we could do nothing to stop it. You knew those kids were by themselves. You knew that I had to be their stand-in mother because you had trolled my own fucking mother into leaving. You don't give a fuck about my siblings. You are a horrendous person. You don't give a fuck. Don't lie about that. You fucking traumatized my siblings with that shit. You're a fucking liar.
When you were
Concern
hitting Courtney on stream, that was the only time anybody called the police. When you were assaulting her on stream.
No,
that did
that's
happen,
not true.
but it was when you were
people
hitting her
sent
on
in
stream.
anonymous tips. You people sent in anonymous tips, and then you laughed about it to us. You sent pizzas, you sent police, you sent tons of stuff, and I wouldn't even really care if it was just me and my dad, but you knew that we were there with my siblings, and that our mother had left because you had convinced her to leave.
Nobody convinced. Wait, no, you guys were the ones that convinced Courtney. You were the ones that told Courtney.
You had
There's
been
like
slowly
hours
manipulating
of audio.
her. You had been slowly
No.
manipulating her to run away from my dad, and it happened that night. And then we were there
No.
by ourselves.
You
We
guys
had
were
no.
the ones that told her to leave the kids.
Your
There's
best
streams of it,
friend,
Grace.
Riza, your best friend said the child abuse is funny. He said he laughs at it when people's kids are hurt by your trolls. He said
That's
that.
gross.
I wouldn't even
I don't
care.
remember that.
He said that. Well, that's your best friend. That's my mother's
Well,
fucking
Riza
best
is
friend.
a-
I know because he
Riza's a-
tells me constantly.
He
that
tells you all
talks to
kinds
her
of shit
every
that's
single
not
day.
true because Riz is a troll. He says all kinds of shit
But
that's
you
not
can't
true,
just say,
or
okay,
it's just
so
extreme. But
so
he's
you're
the
a troll too.
Grace.
So everything you guys say is both true and not true. No, you said you care about
No,
those
I
kids.
don't.
You
I
do
don't
not
troll like
care
that. I
about
make
those
videos.
kids. You do not care. If you
You're kinda
cared,
acting
you
like a
would've-
hag right now.
If you cared, if you didn't want to humiliate my mother, why did you include all those clips of her being humiliated in your documentaries for
Yeah,
everyone in the
okay,
world
I
to
can
see?
explain that.
Why did you
I can
include?
explain that.
Why did you
Because
personally
I
clip
wanted
her
because I
sexual thing with Warnaxer, which is the reason that still gets around? If you're so
yeah.
embarrassed for her and you want to protect her
Okay.
so much, you use it for content, you fucking faggot.
I can talk about it, right? So when I first started doing it, yeah, I wanted to be fair because I didn't want to like be biased with the coverage of the whole thing and everything that happened. All this other stuff, with as far as like you guys kicking her out of the house, that happened way later. But when I first made the first video or whatever, I wanted to be fair, so I included her too. I included stuff from Courtney, from you, and from Ben. But as far as the stuff that
That's
happened
not
later,
true. It wasn't fair. You lied in tons of that stuff. It was already pro Courtney. The idea, no, you guys just took my mother's
so you're
side
just
because you saw that she
contradicting
was
yourself.
she
You're
was a
contradicting
mentally
yourself
weak
now.
person in the family. You started early. When she started doing her own streams, you guys would come on, pretend you were her friends, get her to admit embarrassing things. Then you trolled her into sawing a futon while drunk on live stream. Everybody
They
laughed
thought it would
about
be
it.
good content. Yeah, it
I've
was
been
just a funny
sent.
thing.
You
But that was
turned
when
her
we first
into a
started talking to
lolcow.
her.
If you want to talk about embarrassing, that's embarrassing. Then you realize that the better content was
people-
turning her against her husband and her children.
No.
So you
I
went
have
with
no
that.
interest in.
And you've been doing this for years now. You trolled
No,
a
I have-
retarded man into eating his own shit, and he later
no,
died.
No, I helped make the video on that. That's Earjuice's video. If you want to go look at it, it's on Odyssey. I helped make it. and fucking put it out there and expose what happened with that. So
You're
that's
best
just a lie.
friends with the guys who did it.
No,
You were
we
best
hate
friends
each
and
other.
are best
We
friends with
hate
the
each
guys who
other's
did it.
guts. No,
It's
no.
not true.
The reason we made
That's
it
not
was
true.
against those
Grossly
guys.
was the top one who did that.
He-
You and Grossly were
Grossly was
totally
not.
neck and neck.
The
You were
video. He
neck and
helped-
neck.
he-
You were both in a
he helped
server
make the
together. You did
video.
everything together.
He helped make the video.
I
Against
saw
that
it.
to
I
expose
saw
it.
the video of the Discord
Okay, well,
VC
people can
of
go
him
watch it,
convincing
Grace.
this guy to eat his own shit. He did that on the. You can hear his voice. He has a distinctive voice. You were on
No,
the Discord calls.
Grossly.
You watched a retarded man eat his own
No.
shit. You laughed on the Discord calls.
No.
Then you made a video later about it. That doesn't excuse you. What was that
No,
about?
we made a video
You
about it
people
because we didn't
are
like
like-
the guy that did that. That's
I
why
think
we
your
made-
mom is the lolcow. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think your mom is the lolcow. I think you and your dad are, because
But
it's you and your dad that people are making videos on. That would be you and your dad are the lolcows, not your mom.
In fact, if anything, people would say
I'm
that
a
I content
self-aware
cucks
lolcow.
because
She's the type
yeah,
of lolcow.
like there's
She's
no
the
interest
type
in
of
making
lolcow
videos on
who-
Courtney
there's-
or you
there's
guys anymore.
VCs
I don't
there's
want to make
VC
videos on
there's
you guys
VC
anymore.
Okay, but you're here. You're here. Leave the call then if you're so
Yeah,
uninterested. Leave
no,
the fucking
because
call,
I
faggot.
didn't like
Leave
the
the fucking call,
accusations,
faggot.
and
Leave
I
the
wanted
fucking
to
call, faggot. Leave the call, faggot. If you're not
Grace,
interested,
berg
leave the
some more,
fucking call.
Grace. Holy
Leave the
shit.
call if you're not
Everybody,
interested.
she's being a hag. She's being a hag. Everybody, make
Leave
the point.
the call
she's being
if
a
you're not
hag.
interested.
Seem
You're
a
not
bit
interested in
upset,
me and my
Grace.
family, then leave the call. Leave the call.
Maybe you can calm down
Yeah,
a little
I'm
bit.
upset at
You
the
made some
idea that
accusations, so I just
you
wanted to
are the
explain because
person.
I don't talk
You
about
are
this
the
stuff on
person.
streams. It's
You
the
are
first
one
time
of the
I've
people
explained
who
it.
has convinced my mom to do all this shit. You are.
No, she wants to take care of the kids, and you know, God bless her.
How is she
Godspeed. I
taking
hope
care
that
of
she
them?
does well. And
Okay, Shamu.
She's
Okay,
working
Shamu.
2
How is she taking
jobs.
care of them? Okay,
Because you guys
my
stole all the
sister texts
money,
me and
Grace.
says, my sister texts me and says, hey, mom's drunk on Discord again. Mom's inviting people over from Discord. I feel uncomfortable. I feel weird. This is weird. Mom gets drunk every Sunday and screams at people on Discord. She yells out faggot and slurs and stuff. I don't know what's going on. She has weird friends online. She doesn't talk to us anymore. Is that her fucking taking care of her children, Shamu? Or is that you manipulating a mentally ill woman into isolating her kids into a fucking torture chamber of an apartment where she continues to interact with you people because it's the only friends she has?
She
You
talks
tell
to
me.
people on Sundays.
You tell me. Does that sound like her taking
All right.
care of my siblings?
So-
Does it? Does it?
So Grace, now you're gonna let Shamu respond without yelling. So you're gonna let him speak.
I'm seeing the breakdown in real time. This is exactly what I asked
Bro.
for. Let's go.
On Sundays, yeah, Courtney and some of my friends and stuff, they do VCs. I'm not always there, but they'll do VCs and they'll shoot the shit or whatever because they're friends, and that's about it. And they only do it really on Sundays. That's the only time she can get time because she
You're
has
my
2
sister
fucking
a liar.
jobs
I'm
because
sorry,
you guys
I
stole
believe
all the
my
family's
sister-
money. You're
I-
fucking
I
poor
believe my
siblings. You
sister-
stole their money and you don't even help them out. Like, what is wrong with you? Your
That's
dad's
not
transferred
true at
80.
all.
I
That's
have
not
the
true at
bank
all.
statements, Grace, and your dad, Matt. You know what I'm talking
That's not
about
true
because
at
you
all.
watch the content.
Shamu, my parents both agreed to transfer me the money that was in previously my
No,
dad's
your
account
dad did it
because
to
my mother
avoid
had
giving
left.
money in
My mother
divorce,
had left,
man,
and
'cause
she
your
couldn't
dad's a
take
fucking
care of
piece
the
of
bills.
shit.
So I was
Deadbeat
deemed
dad.
the better person to deal with the family money. Then my mother went no
Grace, why don't
contact
you
on
just
both of us.
lie to
How
yourself?
was I supposed to give her anything?
Everyone knows about
How
it.
was
I
I
have the
supposed to
bank
give her
statements.
anything?
Because you guys posted them. You refuse to help your
Yes, I
family and your
posted them,
siblings
Shamu.
out.
I
and
have
your
the bank
mom
statements too.
now works 2 jobs.
I
to take care of your
continuously,
siblings
I offered
while
my
you can
You're
stream
just lying.
online
I
and go,
offered my
"Oh,
siblings an
poor-
apartment.
you know, woe
I
is
offered my
me.
siblings and my mother an
Stream some more
apartment.
online."
I offered
Yeah,
them
whatever.
jobs.
To do-
I
for
offered
them,
them
oh,
money.
What? You offered them jobs to do content? Yeah, you wanted your siblings to do
You're
content
just
and get on YouTube?
lying.
That's what it was, right? You wanted them to do content. You were like, "Oh, we'll get you an apartment, but you have to be on YouTube." That's what your dad always does,
no,
Grace.
That's not what I
Okay.
said. That's not what I said.
So that's not true?
That's not what I said.
Your dad
I
didn't
said
try
they
to
could
make a
sell
deal with
stuff
him to
on
get on
eBay if
YouTube?
they wanted to.
Mm.
You're just going to take.
Every single time. You
You're just.
guys had
You're
a
just
YouTube
cowards
channel
hiding
for the
behind
kids.
PFPs. You're just. Yes, we did, and then
Oh, you
Mom
got
took it away,
nothing.
and Joey wanted to be a streamer. I don't like. You're just going to turn everything. It's not worth it. You're cowards hiding behind.
It's just
profile
how it
pictures.
is,
If I
Grace.
saw,
You
if I
know
saw you
that
in
you
real
took
life,
money
Shamu,
too.
I would wring your fucking neck.
I'm glad
And
you're
you know
that
that.
angry.
So stay behind your profile picture.
Peace, bitch.
This stream ain't staying up.
had some
My
more
God.
questions, but you know what? I think that
I feel good.
Sorry,
I feel
I didn't
good.
mean to run her off.
No,
She's been
Shamu.
saying for a while the stuff with the mom. I just wanted to clear it up. That's
Yeah,
all.
no, yeah, you were allowed to confront those allegations, and I am very confident that you have the receipts to back up anything that you said here.
Anything.
Grace,
Yeah,
I have a
people want
question.
it,
Hey,
whatever.
Grace, because I know you're still watching. How did it feel to look like a hag? I'm just asking because you were kind of reeing there for a moment.
Yeah,
Just saying. Throwing it out there. Thank you.
yeah, my thoughts on Grace is that young lady kind of really needs some friends in her life. Not
She
offering,
does. I
but
feel
she
bad for her
sounds
because
very
she actually.
very lonely.
The sad thing is the girl is actually talented, and she would actually be a good IRL streamer. It's her fucking father, bro. It's her dad. I have literally seen that man shove her away, going, "Let me be in front of the camera. Let me be in front of the camera," so he can get in camera because she had people in the chat. And the sad thing is she's actually talented enough to run a stream on her own. That's the sad part. It's sad. It's fucking sad.
She does have talent to, like, you know, to do a stream and do all this stuff. You know, Grace, if you're listening, you should help your siblings out. I don't know what the money situation is, but it's not right what you guys did to them. Luckily, your mom is there to, like, be the adult and get 2 jobs and do all this stuff. But if you can help them, you really should. You know, fuck whatever your dad says. You know, her father said when we talked to him about stealing all the money and stuff, he said, "My kids can suck my dick. Fuck them."
Mm-hmm.
It's awful.
Yep,
So.
it is. It's
What was
very awful.
It's been months since I wrote the script. What was the timeline of him siphoning the money? Was it as he was becoming a streamer, or like while he was in? Like,
no, it was way after. In
Okay.
fact, one of the kids besides John confronted him because they kicked him out of the apartment. This is around the time where they stole the money too. And he was like, "You're kicking me out of my home." And Ben was just like, "Fuck you," and all this stuff. And there's a VC of that somewhere too. And he had another falling out with one of his sons basically over it, you know, realizing that this guy doesn't want to take care of them or do anything for them. He just wants to be with Grace. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Literally.
When since I got you here, Shamu, when was like the first time where you were like, "Wait, who the fuck are these people? What the fuck is?"
So if there's people who have been watching for a long time, they'll get a kick out of this. But there's a guy that goes by the name Euros MC, and he runs like a tiny stream, like with just like 20 friends or whatever, and it's called the Kino Corner. He was the first one. It was either him or Grossy, but I think it was probably Euros who found them first, and he started streaming them. And it was when Courtney first came on, because they would just, you know, abuse her. They would just yell at her and humiliate her. That was the whole point. And so people, and Ben would also do this to Grace too. So he was just reviewing clips like that. And then after that, that's when we started watching the channel and interacting with them and figuring out all what was going on. And us, like anybody else that finds this, always asks, like, you know, is this a bit? Is this real? Da, 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 da. But the more you look into it, and the more, I mean, I know the mother and stuff, so I know what's a bit and what's not. The more you look into it, you realize, no, this is like a serious, you know, these people are having like a serious crisis and a lot of terrible shit. So
yeah.
Well, any closing statements?
That was fun. That was fun. Thank you so much for letting me come up here. That was good.
Dios. You know,
my God, I haven't had a good blood sports in a long time, baby.
I'll be frank. I was super tired when I started the stream. And then after I started talking to Grace, Xylee, I agree with you where she kind of, well, she like filibusters, and then like you can tell she's not being truthful.
You can tell when she starts telling lies because
and
she gets
I'm like, okay,
voice.
I need to change up what's going on, like what I'm doing up here in my head.
Yeah, she's a bullshit artist. Ben tries to be the same way, but Ben is really bad at it. Ben is really bad at it. You can tell when he's bullshitting because he completely changes. She's better at it than he is, but she still has that slight change in her voice when she's lying. It's amazing.
But
Oh, and did she see how she talked to y'all differently than she talked to me?
Well, it
Because y'all
started
were
out.
guys.
It started out kind of nice, and then she
Matt,
just
Matt, don't do your shit,
Yeah,
Matt.
no, it
Okay,
was-
Matt, don't do your shit. Okay, I know you, Matt. But the way she was talking to y'all, okay, if I would have asked some of those same questions, she would have been totally different. But she's a pretty girl, and she knows she's a pretty girl, and y'all are men, and trying to use that little sex appeal towards y'all.
I
That's
think
what
you
she
guys
does.
just locked
Yeah,
horns, you know.
when she joined and it was the bit about Keem misremembering me as Darius, and
That
she
was
started
funny.
doing the little Riz act. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, she's doing a thing right now.
Yep.
But
that was funny when
don't,
Keem
don't,
did that.
Fucking, I'm so fucking annoyed about that.
I went straight to the group chat and I was like, bro, that was
Yeah.
Darius, not Diesel.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Matt, anything to say?
I guess no. I guess the Grace and Ben Thorpe continue. It doesn't seem like it's ever going to end. But
It's
you know,
not.
Yeah.
It's not. And I want to make it very clear. When I cover the Thorpes, it's purely out of entertainment for myself because they really don't get good views on my channel.
Hey guys,
they
remember to hit
really
like
don't. I'm lucky to hit 1K when I cover them, honestly,
Yeah.
in views. But it's for my entertainment because I find them so fucking fascinating. I really do.
For
well,
sure. I'm done making videos on them now, but I update.
I know that's right.
If there's anything massive that happens, I put out stuff like the body cams and stuff like that, or any court stuff. I typically update it. But other than that, I'm done. I've had enough. It's too depressing, man. So
Honestly, it's gotten to a point, it's the same shit over and over and over again. That's why I stopped covering them, because it's the same shit. I only cover them when something like this happens, you know what I mean? I don't, like I'm going to cover Diesel's video because, that's my friend, and I know how hard Matt worked on the video, and Diesel, I had to yell at him to get it done.
the video was fantastic. The video was it was the best video I've seen as far as the synopsis of like everything. It was the best I've seen. So kudos.
Well, I can tell you, Matt worked hard on that one because I remember when Matt was writing
the
it.
funniest part was like, man, they haven't been really doing much. It's just like it's kind of died off, and I'm done with the script, and then like a week later, I see Shamu's tweet that Ben got arrested. I'm like, oh motherfucker. All right.
Yeah, we were in a group chat. We were actually in a voice chat when that happened. I was like, Ben got arrested. He was like, damn it, let me go back to the script. That was funny. That was hilarious.
It's so insane because the court gave them a 1-year restraint no contact order. So their answer to that is now to go into the woods, and they have to, they're together or whatever, but they have to appear off camera. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen your tweets where like the background of Grace looks similar to the background of where Ben is, but in a different like area. So
yeah, people will send me stuff or DM me stuff. Like I don't really pay attention to it as much anymore, but I will like tweet out stuff if people send me things. So yeah, that.
Hey, there's some great content going on right now, Shamu. Just saying.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some great content. I gotta go research that. I'm so happy to do that. Let me tell you.
Well, I appreciate you all coming out. And Shamu, you
Diesel, don't be mad at me because I got passionate. I wasn't even angry, bro.
You saved it.
Yeah,
you
no,
saved
it would have been me and Diesel with awkward silences as we try to figure out what questions to ask.
You broke the barrier for me to ask questions about her personal, like her personality, which
yes. So my passion
I don't know.
Helped this time. Let's go.
Like I have obviously I have opinions. Like I think, she kind of probably fears becoming a lot like her mother. She probably very much idolizes her father despite all the negativity and all that, right?
And her father uses that.
Yeah.
Yes,
and her father has used that as an insult. Like it's like you're just like your mother.
Yeah.
The sad thing is I don't hate her. I don't hate her at all. I was just saying shit to piss her off at one point.
So Ben actually, while Courtney is there, right? And that's a big reason why Grace wants Courtney around is because she's the punching bag, right? So Ben and Grace can attack her. But when Courtney leaves, Grace has said this before on stream that she feels like she's becoming Courtney because now the only person Ben has to kick around is her.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. That's what Shamu just said is exactly what I'm talking about. Where I have seen her on her channel, holding a live stream, and then all of a sudden Ben comes up to her and not when I say this, I'm not saying he hit her, but like kind of nudges her shoulder, going, "Let me on here." And then she has to get up and he gets in front of her computer on her stream so he can be seen front and center in front of her audience. He literally does push her around figuratively because the wife isn't around. He literally does that. She's now the punching bag, and she knows it. And she knows everybody else sees it.
Yeah, but she has to defend Ben. Like it.
Yeah,
I
of
don't.
course.
I don't know if that'll ever end, but like if you ever say anything about her father, she's right there. She'll always defend everything, and they'll find a way to rationale whatever it is.
Very true. Very, very true. It's sad.
Well, I'm gonna get off now because I've been holding a mad piss.
You could have went to the bathroom while we were yelling at each other.
Yeah,
What?
like I was
I
gonna
did.
miss a single minute
No,
of that.
you know what I did? As soon as she started talking about fucking like masturbating and shit, I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. Like I'm fucking I ain't dealing with that shit, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna head off. Thank you guys for letting me up to answer the accusations and stuff like that. I appreciate it, and great job on the video. I thought it was fantastic.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, I
Appreciate
couldn't have done it without a lot of your work on your channel, so appreciate it.
Yep, thanks, man. Peace.
Yep.
Peace.
So,
Well,
if you're watching this, guys, and you want to know, and you're like, I don't know who these people are, I don't know what the fuck this is all about, go check out FPS Diesel's video that he uploaded the other day on his original channel, and then check out Shamu's YouTube channel because it's got everything. We're talking about like 5-hour video just going through like the history of the Thorp. So yeah,
there is so much to really,
it's so much when
into.
It's like there's so much that when you actually try to have a conversation with Grace, you almost feel overwhelmed because it's like, what do I even ask? Like what? Like it's just like it's like grains of sand in a beach. Like there's so much.
she's a good bullshit artist.
I mean, that's expect. Like I knew she wasn't gonna give like straightforward answers. Like I've seen enough interviews with her where I'm like, all right, well, like at this point, just let her say what she needs to say and like that's her answer.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting anything to be answered straight, right? But
well, good thing is she got a laugh out of my husband because I told my husband, I said, hey, you're supposed to be smacking me around, and he just started laughing. So that was good. That was good. Got a little huzzy. I swear to God.
Well, good night, chat. I'm ending stream now.
Bye, chat. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Go buy Diesel's